40 days of consistency. All over Breeze car clips right on your face. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy for Breeze. La 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 la.
Some might call me obsessed, but if you shop for holiday gifts at Kohl's, you get it. With their friends and family sale, I got 25% off already great deals, like 40% off comfy tech gear activewear. Then I saved 30% on Lego building sets, 30% on cozy Koolaburra by UGG bedding, and earned Kohl's cash. So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious why I love Kohl's, and why you'll love it too. Select styles, Lego and Koolaburra by UGG. Coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. Offers end December 17th. See store or kohls.com for details.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Minimum purchase required. Interest accrues from date of purchase, but is waived if paid within promotional period. Go to windowappointmentnow.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass? Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. And right now you can save $375 off every window and $750 off every door. Just text MELT to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Text MELT to 200-300 right now to save $375 off every window and $750 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings won't last long. Text MELT to 200-300. Don't wait. Text the word MELT to 200-300. Text MELT to 200-300.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball, onward to victory.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257 CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Mornings are better with Wake Up Call with Tony and Ron. Weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Wow, so last night, that sucked a lot. Oh, my God. That sucked so bad. My wife saw it coming.
Oh, boy.
My wife, she's like, we should change our picks.
And you didn't do it, did you?
No, she had the same pick I had on both of them. And she says, I got a good mind to go ahead and just change my picks. I'm like, why? She says, well, look at how the whole weekend is gone.
Yeah.
Nothing up is down, right is left. Everything is wrong. She's like, I feel like this is going to happen tonight as well. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to let it ride. I said, you go ahead and do whatever you want. I have to say that because anytime I give her any advice and something goes wrong for her, I hear about it. So now I follow everything I say with, but I don't want to hear about this later.
Yeah.
You know, if that guy is not good in fantasy football, You go with God. Do what you want. I want nothing to do with getting yelled at later.
Perhaps the best way to go about it.
So anyway, but last night she said that, and I was like, oh, maybe you should. And then she didn't. And then she wishes that she did because she was right. Oh my God. Who thunk it? Who would have thunk it that was going to happen? Even the way it happened, it was just awful.
First time since 1970 that all 6 division leaders lost on the same week.
That is upset beyond upsets. I mean, just ridiculous. The Titans,
yeah, baby,
beat the Dolphins, and the Giants beat the Packers. Now, the Giants beating the Packers, I'll put that in the plausible range of things that could happen.
Sure,
but the Titans beating the Miami Dolphins, yeah, and it makes sense when you look at it in the rear view mirror. It makes sense. Dolphins are tired. They're exhausted. They've been playing a long season, beating the hell out of everybody. And then the Packers suck. The Giants suck. But I really didn't think that the Packers were going to suck worse than the Giants. Did not see that coming.
Seemed like you saw it. You had to see it coming. I mean,
I obviously didn't because I got both my picks wrong last night.
I mean, I should have called it too. Maybe Green Bay has been playing pretty good football, and they've had a couple of wins.
Yeah, kind of okay football. Yeah.
So you would think going into this that maybe this is the
Giants.
time.
It's the Giants. Oh, look at this little cartoon character they have as a quarterback, and his agent and his parents. Everybody's making out in the stands.
Is that his agent? I thought that was a hitman from the Jersey family.
It could be, but they said it was his agent.
He might be a bookie. He might be a hitman, but he's definitely his agent. He might be all the above.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was a Rhode Island family if I ever saw one on TV.
Oh,
right
they're from Jersey.
Oh my God,
they're from Jersey.
He's a local kid. That's why they love him because he is exactly like all the people who live there.
Doing that with his hand,
making
everybody happy.
I love it.
And listen, we need more characters. You know what I'm saying? We need more characters in life, and he is a character who happens to all of a sudden be winning games for the Giants.
And the guys on the Squawk Box over there they're all predicting the Giants to take a quarterback with their first round draft.
They should
probably
still do
will.
that.
Yeah,
they should still probably do that. I don't know that Tommy DeVito is necessarily their answer at quarterback.
Are you telling me Danny Dimes is?
No, that's what I'm saying. They probably should still take a quarterback.
Okay, all right.
Problem for them.
I'm sorry. I'm still.
I wrote off Daniel Jones so long ago. I assumed we were not talking about him.
Here's the problem for them, though. If you look at the list here, will the Bears take a quarterback?
Yes.
Okay, there's one gone. New England, take a quarterback?
Yes. Better.
2. Arizona? Maybe not.
And Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be there. Arizona should just take him and be done with it.
Washington football team?
No.
You don't think they'll take a quarterback? They're going to ride with Sam Howell, huh?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Las Vegas take a quarterback?
Probably, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you think they'd have to.
Jets take a quarterback. Well, they got Aaron Rodgers.
They got Aaron Rodgers. They could write it out for another year, but if they want to go ahead and while they're at that point in the draft, just see if they could get the next guy.
So the Giants, if they did the draft today, they would be at number 8, and they would be in range to get one of the top 4 quarterbacks. After that, it's the Titans and the Chargers and the Falcons. Falcons probably want a quarterback. But, so, I mean.
Falcons might trade for Justin.
Here's your problem, though. If Danny DeVito starts winning games for the New York Football Giants, they could find themselves not getting as good a quarterback as they wish. Because there are a lot of teams at 5 and 8. There is a lot of teams at 6 and 7. There's a lot of teams at 7 and 6, which means this whole thing could change where the Giants would maybe take somebody pretty quick if they keep screwing around and winning games. I mean, there's 4 games left. Wait, 4? Yeah, 18 games. For some reason, I was back on 17.
The bye weeks are throwing everything off because there's some teams that have more or less, depending on whether or not you just had
3 or 4 games later.
Just depending on who you are,
you might fall or climb and screw up getting a new quarterback.
I don't know exactly where all of these quarterbacks are ranked for all of these teams, and everybody has their own evaluation process and stuff that they look for. But like, this is the one draft where if you're the Giants and you would be looking for a quarterback, you'd probably still be fine. JJ McCarthy is a quarterback that is projected to go late in the first round. Michael Penix Jr. seems like he's going to be a mid-first rounder. So that there's going to be maybe even 5 quarterbacks taken in this first round, depending on how needy the teams are and whether or not they like the guys that are out there.
They are damn needy, extremely needy. And I'll tell you what, if you're Caleb Williams and you are presumably still going to go first, New England Patriots, that's a pretty good place to go. That is a pretty good place to go because Bob Kraft, plus or minus Bill Belichick, Bob Kraft will spend the money. He'll do what needs to be done, and that is a good organization to be in. So I don't think Caleb Williams is going to jump out of the draft at this point. And of course, what are you thinking with your Washington football team there? For a third quarterback. No, that's right. I'm not sure that Chicago's going to take a quarterback.
I don't think that these guys are invested in Sam Howell. They didn't draft him, or not Sam Howell, Justin Fields. They didn't draft him, and so like there's no reason for them to stick through this. If Justin Fields continues to look up and down, has a good game and then a bad game and then a good game, they're just going to pull the plug on that whole operation and buy themselves more time.
Yeah, but
by
can't
starting
you take
with their own quarterback,
your first pick and your 5th pick, and get some solid tools that are needed that Justin Fields can play behind? You get yourself O-line, maybe both picks. You get some solid, like, kill somebody O-line, and then Justin Fields has more time, and you can forgive his shortcomings.
You probably could, and there are 2 tackles that at the top of the draft that are probably going to both be top 10 guys in Olu Fashanu and Joe Alt from Notre Dame. Like those guys are going to be really interesting because someone's going to reach for them because they are that dominant at the tackle position. Maybe Chicago's that team. I just don't know if they don't believe that Justin Fields is their guy, regardless of what they put in front of him. They may just move on.
Yeah. Taco Kenny says, "Hey y'all, Raiders need a tank and draft a kicker. I got news for you right now. You don't need a tank. You're already
you're at 6.
Yeah, whatever you need. Mr. Pink Eye says, breaking news, Tommy DeVito's agent will be in the new Godfather movie. Let me tell you.
In the Sopranos prequel movie.
That pinstripe suit and that whole fedora act, that's not a Godfather movie. That is Johnny Dangerously. He's just a walking parody. That's all he is, that agent guy. He wasn't serious. That's not serious. Come on.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
No.
To the point, somebody was
saying
saying
bet on it
on the Twitters that every team needs a 3rd string quarterback that is just some kind of parody of the local people that team represents.
That would be fun.
And I'm kind of here for it because it's working well for the Giants.
Who would we have for the Arizona Cardinals? What's a parody of somebody here?
Boy, I don't know.
Dude, bro, for pop collars. I don't know.
Dude, bro,
I don't know. Phoenix? I don't know because we're here. We're too close to it to know how we are seen outside of this.
What is our stereotype?
I don't know. We won't like it.
Well, no, but
you never do.
It depends, because if the person actually exists, then that's just who they are, and you recognize, like, oh no, that's one of us. Like everybody in New Jersey feels about Tommy DeVito.
See, that is something they're like, yeah, that's one of us. Yeah, but for us, we're like, that's not one of. Oh no, we're embarrassed by what we are. I don't know. I don't know if we want to know.
Maybe we don't.
Donnie says Dolphins are big time frauds. You mean like the Vikings? Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday.
Wow.
Thank you, Will. Yeah, I think you guys went with the wrong game to air. That Green Bay Packers New York Giants game was thoroughly entertaining. Yeah, in normal world, we did the right thing. Who knew? You can't tell.
They were both close games, though.
Yeah, they were oddly the same for a while.
Why do the Titans coming back from 2 touchdowns back in the 4th quarter, 3 minutes to go in the game, and the Titans end up winning the game?
That was out of your mind.
27. Yeah, I mean, that
I
to
think that's the better game.
Yeah, I think that somehow we actually did wind up with the better game, even though we got the Bizarro World version of both games.
You're right, Swaz, man. The Dolphins did fall asleep. Here's the thing. Let me just tell you something. My wife and I are working in a room, and we had the game on while we're doing something. We're like, hey, you want to go in the other room now and just relax? Okay, we'll go in the other room now. By the time we turned off the TV, walked into the other room, all of a sudden, the Titans were threatening in their second touchdown in like 2 minutes. And like, what just happened?
And there's no way to know.
Miami had the thing well under control, and then we walk out of the room and we're like, what you think just had the ball?
Yeah, no kidding.
How did this? What happened here? Swazman says, remember, the Dolphins fell apart last year when they had their backup quarterback in the playoff game. This year, no Tyreek Hill equals no championship for sure. At least that's how it looked last night without him. He'll be back. I'm not worried about it.
He'll be back the second half.
You know why? Because his wife yelled at him.
Oh, yeah.
He texts his wife. He's like, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain. And his wife is, you get your ass back out there.
Better get your ass back out there, dog.
Mama needs a game check. That's what's happening here. And so he did. He went out. He says, yeah, I was in a lot of pain. It'll be interesting to see. I just don't see him missing a game.
And Mike McDaniel, his whole offense is based around Tyreek Hill. But that doesn't mean that that's the only thing he can scheme up. That's just the most effective thing. So why not just do that? I think they were caught a little off guard by him missing time. But if he's out there again, they'll be fine. And if Mike McDaniel is able to prepare for not having Tyreek, I think they'll be okay.
A lot of people were like, wait a second, Tyreek got to text his wife at halftime? Aren't there rules against that sort of thing? And according to the NFL, injured players are permitted to use the locker room telephone or their personal cell phone for the sole purpose of contacting family members or significant others to inform them of their injury status. Meaning, hey, hon, don't worry, I'm okay. No, mom, it didn't look as bad. It wasn't as bad as what it looked like.
Right.
I'm fine.
Right.
Player can also give them, treatment information. Say, yeah, they're going to put me in an ambulance, or oh, they put a cast on it, or they gave me a shot of heroin. I'm good to go. You know, like most quarterbacks get.
Shot of heroin?
No, they get shots of heroin all the time. I'm convinced.
You sure it's heroin?
There's a guy whose leg is just dangling off, and then like he's back in the third quarter, and you're like, that dude just got the good stuff.
His foot just came clean off. How is he playing?
Yeah, something is up here. Anyway, so it was okay for him to contact his wife, but I'm going to go a step further on this and say, I would bet players are constantly texting and calling and communicating with everybody and anybody at halftime.
Absolutely.
You're lucky you don't see him on the field doing that.
Well, who was it that used to get in trouble for that all the time? There was a guy that played for the Steelers. One of the
Antonio Brown. Remember, or it was Antonio Brown was recording videos.
That's
in
what
the
it
locker.
was. Yeah, it was like Instagram lives.
Yeah.
And then Tomlin was like, okay, you can't keep doing that.
What are you doing, man?
That's just the inside of our locker room.
That was the first gasps of this dude might be crazy.
Yeah. And Mike Tomlin didn't go to bat for him anytime after that. Just let it all go.
Let's see here. Swazman says it's not that Tyreek is only the only awesome receiver. It's just he's so fast. The defensive backs have to spread out more. It's hard to shadow a guy as fast as you. Well, the other thing that hurt them was Waddle getting dinged up last night too.
Because Waddle's also pretty fast.
Yeah.
But the thing that's killing people with Tyreek Hill this year too is that they'll have Tyreek Hill line up in the tight end spot, then they'll motion him, and then the ball will get snapped while he's in motion. So he just gets a running start before he even gets to round the corner. And now you might be shadowing him as a DB, but he's got he's full speed at the 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So
I don't know if you can do it.
Tyreek Hill is on the phone with his wife at halftime. Yeah, a lot of pain. Yeah, it hurt. No, probably not as bad as a good punch in the chest. I gotta go.
Did she threaten him with a Charlie horse? That's the real question.
Are you gonna bring that up? So we're all in studio today, and Randy and I are sitting in here.
Yeah.
And we need something. Something at the printer. And we decided to Big Brother Keon because I said, "Hey, here's a question: would you rather go get that thing off the printer for me with or without a Charlie horse?" He thought about it.
He did.
This is usually my line. What are you doing?
I'm threatening everybody. Boom! You remember that? That right here, this knuckle. You put out that big knuckle, that middle finger knuckle.
I had a PE teacher in 7th and 8th grade at Desert Sands Junior High School. He was a former Marine drill sergeant, and if we stepped out of line, he'd give us that was called the Shantz knocker. It was Mr. Shantz, man. One right off the forehead, right
knuckle.
Here. Yeah, just boink.
If I hit you in the arm or the thigh with this, it's going to go.
Yeah.
That was my defense mechanism right there, because I was the oldest kid, but my younger brother is like 6'4". He got to be much bigger than me very early on. So I had to come up with various ways of like causing damage before we actually got into a fight, because I would lose.
Double knuckles.
Yeah. So the knuckle was, you need that one.
You know the knuckle. Fish Tank. Oh, Fish Tank says, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. We did it again. We're not allowed to be in primetime ever again.
But
Dolphins threw away the game with a fumble at the 2-yard line, a blocked field goal, and a really stupid Bradley Chubb penalty for taking his helmet off. And then the Titans completely implode, muffin a punt and a pitch, basically hand us the game, and then we managed to blow that too.
Oh, boy.
How utterly awful that game was last night. My work should be honored. I came in today.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, Fish Tank, man. I feel it. And I missed it. 1 minute, they're up by 2 touchdowns, and I'm like, well, there's only a couple minutes left. This is easy going, man.
Yeah.
There we go. And then, of course, I needed some bad things to happen to win my fantasy football game last night, and it did. Tyreek Hill not really playing, saved my ass. Jordan Love playing bad, saved my ass. And then the running back for the Green Bay not playing, saved my ass. A lot of bad things won me my fantasy football game last night. And now I got bigger problems. I got to play you in the playoffs, Randy. So let me explain to the listening audience the difference between our teams. My team guaranteed give you 100 points every week. Randy's guaranteed give you 150 points almost every week.
I don't know about that, but
I am going to lose this game. But the guy who played me last night had 75 points because of all the problems I just told you. So save my butt against First and Goal. But this is the first time that it has already been decided, at least for the Blender crew, this has been decided who is leaving the Premier League. And it just is unbelievable to I'm saying this out loud. Rosalie Michaels, our fantasy football expert, will no longer be in the Premier League after this.
Man. This is what she gets for choosing Italy over drafting her team.
Look,
true story.
I hate to say this, guys, but if I'm in Italy with my wife, I'm going to auto draft as well.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, is if you're in there with your significant other, it's easy for me to say because I haven't sniffed another country outside of this one in a long time. But that being said, feel like you can gloat. You can still gloat. It happened.
Oh, I'm undefeated against her this year. I'm pretty happy about that. But
that's like a 2-year run for you.
Sad. I'm sad for her, but she's in 10th place in the league standing, so she will not be in the Premier League next year. Now that First and Goal, Oaktown Destroyer, and Surprise Attack Dogs, they're not going to be here either. What we're playing for in these playoffs is to find who is that one more super fan who's fallen out. Because there's 8 in the playoffs. So that means Ziggy, the Berg, you guys aren't safe. Box of Hopes and Dreams, Moist One, Thundar the San Barbarian, none of you are safe. None of you are safe. Whoever is at the bottom of the stand now, this is regular season. If you are in last place in the playoffs, one more person is leaving.
Wow.
So we don't know who that is going to be. It won't be one of us because we already know Rosalie's gone. So that means we're safe. So, yeah, this is going to be
the plot thickens.
Very intense playoffs. Now, I know a lot of you people think, oh, it's no big deal. Oh, it's a big deal. Berg has been, he got all the way up to 6th place after being in the basement for the longest time. And with all the crap he talked at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
He was talking down to everybody.
And now that he's officially in the playoffs, by the way, I've been getting some trash talk from Berg on the Twitters again.
Remind him on the Twitters, you're not safe.
And I'm not even going to say anything. I will let karma handle whatever it needs to handle. And all I'm going to say is I will have no dignity and no grace should Berg lose. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. Berg
win, because
All the crap he talked at the beginning of the season, he'd better win.
I'm just sitting on a stockpile of very, very mean memes that are just going to be flooding you and your Twitter account for weeks. I don't know, man. Handle your business.
I'd say
I haven't said anything.
The entire offseason.
I didn't. This whole season, Berg was ribbing me about being a USL team. I didn't say anything. But handle your business, because you're not going to like what's coming afterwards.
I don't know who of all those teams it's going to be, but Bo Berg, you better hope and pray.
Of course, if he hangs on, then we'll handle things next year.
Yeah,
which is how I prefer that to go.
Yeah. Mano a mano once again. All right, we got to take a break. We come back. We'll get into the games a little bit about what happened. Still, a lot of you guys got texts up here on the text line, 888-368-1580. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Take the guesswork out of your holiday gifts. OmahaSteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 with promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
NFL Week 15 kicks off on Thursday night. The Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert will not play for the rest of the season, suffering an injured finger that required surgery. Easton Stick will start at quarterback for the Chargers. The Raiders have lost 3 straight. Both teams are at 5-8 on the year. The Raiders a 3-point home favorite at Allegiant Stadium, minus 164 on the money line. The Chargers sitting at plus 138 with the over-under at 33.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower use for adults only.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at GregClarkAutomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. Arizona has a shortage of teachers and a need to improve students' proficiency in reading and math. We need to increase teachers' income, which they deserve, and to increase students' proficiency, which is my highest priority. I'm therefore providing $40 million for one-on-one tutoring for grades 1 through 8, public and charter school students who did not perform proficient on the last state test. Learn more today at azia.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Berg just texted in, and I have no idea what he's saying. Playoff is how lineup is set all year long. 1 or 8 doesn't matter. Roster's set for the playoffs. What is he saying? I have no idea what he's talking about.
Is he okay?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either, to be honest.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All I know is one more person is going to fall out of the top 8. One more listener is going to fall out of the top 8 is what I'm saying. It used to be 4 in, 4 out. Now it's 4 listeners in, 4 listeners out, and 1 Daily Blender host. So you're not safe, Berg. You're not safe. 888-368-1580. Okay, so a lot of people still talking about Tommy DeVito and his family up there in the stands and everybody kissing each other. And then that agent of his showing up in a pinstripe suit with a pinstripe fedora on his head, looking like he's straight out of Johnny Dangerously. And and
his family was making chicken cutlets and pasta in the parking lot for tailgaters.
Of course they were.
Because of course they were.
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Big George, I don't know, man. What the hell is up with the NFL wanting to now have 9 international games? Can we talk about something else before we get to your gripe? You got this gripe. He's pissing off people on the internet.
Yeah, I already saw it. Big George is in an argument simultaneously with 3 different people.
Yeah. We'll get back to that in a moment, Big
Isn't
George.
that what he does for a living, though? I mean, he's a lawyer. I mean,
That's
isn't
true,
this
but that's also his spare time, too.
Well,
It's
but
just-
this a job
Yeah,
enhancement.
do what you love,
Yeah.
and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Big George has never worked a day in his
Big
life.
George argues at work, and then he
That's
goes
right.
home, fires up the Twitter machine, and then he argues some more.
It's not arguing as much as it's debating, I think.
He's a master debater.
Oh,
That's
yes.
absolutely
Man, that's
true.
true.
He is a definite master
Debater.
Yeah.
The Jet says we would be the cartel. We're talking about how people see people from Arizona. We're not the cartel. The cartel's in Mexico.
Yeah,
That
that's
doesn't make
not
us the
us.
cartel.
No.
All my friends back home think that the cartel live in our town and there's shootings here all the time. I can't even really argue with them. Hey, that's not true.
But yeah, it's not true. I mean, I had to correct my mom the other day because my mom is like, you guys are right on the border of Mexico. And it's just like, well, the state is.
We
but
aren't.
The city is not. No.
Let me wait. Where does your mom live?
My mom's in D.C.
Okay. Well, let's send a few stereotypes her way, shall we?
Will be a lot of people getting shot.
Think they're already doing that.
Yeah,
that tends to happen already in DC.
Tell her I don't want to hear.
There's
I don't
kind
wanna
of
hear,
a gun problem that's been going on for 25 years.
Yeah, tell her I don't want to hear about cartel activity while there's human Swiss cheese walking around Washington D.C.
Oh my
right
God,
now.
Brian Robinson just got shot in broad daylight and trying to get into his car.
That's right. No. People in D.C. don't get to stereotype us.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
No, not at all.
Let's see. Pickle D says there are multiple teams in the NFL that completely fall apart when one player goes out of the game. Dolphins, Bengals, Niners, for example. Any one player goes out and they can't move the ball. Yeah, and that's something you think that they would have a contingency plan for.
Yeah, I think that this is one of the first times in the NFL where a lot of teams are building their offenses around wide receivers, but not just like a guy that can go vertical, but a guy that can kind of do a little bit of everything. He's playing out of the backfield. He's in the slot. He's going deep. And you can just use him in a variety of different ways. Debo's like that. Tyreek is like that. You know, I mean, the Vikings aren't good this year, but Justin Jefferson is like that. If you use one guy that much and they're in 60% of your snaps on offense, then that basically means that when that person goes down, your offense doesn't have a second punch. And so I think a lot of teams are, for the first time, having to really adjust to what happens when Jamar Chase isn't there.
Maybe that's just going to be the new face of the NFL is you got duplicates. I mean, the Colts have Jonathan Taylor, but then they have Zach Moss. Zach Moss, that was kind of a bummer. He was running along just fine without Jonathan Taylor, and he needs some time to pick up speed. Any running back does. Then Jonathan Taylor comes in, then he comes back out. So now they're expecting him. All right, Jonathan Taylor. And he's like, well, I need to get back up to speed here. And he just wasn't able to do that on the last game. So,
and also they didn't give him a whole lot of touches last game either.
But at least they had him. At least they had a chance, and now they have a chance to get him, going again. That's why it's like Tommy DeVito is your what? A lot of these teams are going to fall apart, like Pickle D says, if you don't have some quality. You got to have a quality backup. You've got a quality running back, and you got a quality wide receiving core. One guy falls out. But for the Dolphins last night, Waddle and Tyreek Hill, that was too much from the take.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But this Tommy DeVito thing kind of reminds me of the Brock Purdy thing. Remember? Nobody knew Brock Purdy. He was the number 3 on their team.
Yeah.
He was on the practice squad. And then what's his face? Glassjaw got hurt. And then they had to go to number 2. So he came up was number 3. Then number 2 got hurt. And then he came in, and he's been the starter ever since.
And I think the difference between DeVito and Purdy is
talent.
Well,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of, we never really saw Purdy be bad. Tommy DeVito has some bad games. It's just that now he's strung together a couple of good ones.
Last night was not even a good game.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley
Solid game.
being on the spot is what got DeVito the interview at the end, if you know what I mean. If it weren't for Saquon Barkley last night, that is a Packers win.
And I just think that it's very telling that the Giants are capable of winning games without Daniel Jones, as long as Saquon Barkley is the guy that's healthy. It's almost like that's the person they should have paid.
You think?
I can't imagine why you wouldn't
all
do
of us
that.
saying that last
time. And us arguing with most of the fourth dimension because everyone is just like, you don't pay running backs. You pay that one.
Yeah, you do.
That guy, you pay that guy.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is a very interesting stat that is exactly the same for the Dolphins as it is the Packers. They were only 2 for 5 in the red zone. Both teams. Different games. Dolphins went 2 for 5. Packers went 2 for 5 in the red zone.
Wow.
They left 3 scores in the red zone. And you have to look at this. One of those would have won them the game. 2 of them would have made it solid. That right there, red zone inefficiencies for the Packers and the Dolphins, are what really killed them. And my picks, you bastards.
I don't even want to talk about it.
And the Dolphins were at home last night. You can't give a game like this away at home.
Oh, I assure you can, because they did.
And especially when you're an AFC team, and I know, the experts will talk about how home field advantage doesn't matter as much as it used to, but you play in Miami. What you don't want to do is wind up playing in Baltimore or someplace else when you could be at home in South Florida, where it's warm, in your house.
Yeah. And you don't have blizzard going on around. You remember Buffalo last season about this time? They had that enormous blizzard.
Yeah. I mean,
I stand by it. Buffalo should have a roof.
Though I do remember one time I was watching that Ravens-Bills game from like 3 years ago, and it was a playoff game. And the Ravens would get into field goal range and kick field goals, and the wind was swirling. And Justin Tucker, I've never seen him look confused. He would kick the ball, and the wind would just carry it somewhere else. And he's just looking at the goalpost like, man, what is happening? Yeah, bet you want to play that one in your house, where the wind isn't swirling in your stadium.
Right.
I think that's where, if you're Miami, you want to win these games at home.
Mm-hmm. And Buffalo should have a roof. 888-368-1580. Swazman says, by the way, Keon's last victory knocked the number 1 team down to 3rd and out of the bye week. He might even lose this week because he's got Justin Herbert. Well, there you go. Well done, Keon.
Just ruined someone.
Be a spoiler if you can't win the damn thing.
If I can't win it, then you're not.
Mr. Pink Eye says Cowboy, I think, would be Arizona's stereotype. California would be surfer. Let me just say something. I'm so sick and damn tired of that. When I was a young man in my 20s doing stand-up comedy, everybody was like, hey, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Arizona. Oh. And they started talking to me like I rode horses everywhere, and we had a big problem with the Indians. And I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about? So I started playing into it. Oh, you're from Arizona. Yeah, a lot of times we like to go up to the highway there. We just sit up on one of the mountains there and just watch and try to see if we get to see a new car. That's big fun. And they believed me.
Oh, boy.
It was the 80s. Hopefully people know better now. But, I'm so tired of the stereotype of Arizona. I'm so tired of every goddamn game I got to sit there and watch. Them cut away to this game brought to you by State Farm Insurance over a backdrop of cactus, some a-hole riding a horse down Old Scottsdale Road, and that's it.
Maybe a tumbleweed if they're
pictures.
really feeling good about themselves.
No, that's just too far. There, you can't control tumbleweeds.
They go out here by the McDowell Mountains and they take all sorts of cactus shots, and desert shots.
Stop it. We are way more than that. I don't know what more, but or something.
Well, I mean, if you're the 5th largest city in the country, then no one here is on horses. Come on,
try something. Just take a shot of a canal. I don't know. Do something different.
Something else.
Something different.
We got real tall buildings here in Arizona too.
The Tempe Town Lake, and there's Camelback Mountain. You can take a shot of that if you like. Why you got to focus in on some damn cactus and some damn nitwit going in Old Scottsdale with a horse?
PTI's on the TV in here, and look at the background.
Yeah, same thing. Will Bond, you bastard. You're not helping.
And he has a house in Scottsdale. Like,
Yeah.
he ought to know better.
That ain't a real view of his backyard. That's bull crap.
Man, if you're gonna do us dirty like that, just go back to Chicago.
Yeah, I think what happened there is he says, "Hey, we heard there's a lot of horses in Old Scottsdale." No, whores. There's a lot of whores in Scottsdale.
Well, we call them cougars.
Jeez. Wow. Can't you people get anything right? I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'll give you the Week 14 awards, who won the picks contest, who had the highest score in fantasy football, yada, yada, yada. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
The Saturday Showdown is back. It's a full weekend of football, starting on December 16th with an exclusive triple header live on NFL Network. 3 epic matchups all day Saturday. Watch back-to-back-to-back matchups, kicking off at 1 p.m. Eastern with Vikings Bengals.
Leaps at the goal line.
Followed by Steelers Colts, all the way into primetime with Broncos Lions.
Touchdown Lions!
Saturday, December 16th, only on NFL Network and streaming on NFL Plus.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
There's a reason why conventional healthcare is referred to as practicing medicine. Hi, this is Dr. Hannah Lindsay. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. I regularly see patients with a variety of acute and chronic health conditions, including many autoimmune and rheumatological diseases. We can restore pain-free joint function and balance immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and overall well-being. We emphasize natural and holistic interventions with lifestyle changes and take advantage of the full palette of care options from traditional remedies to modern science. We collaborate with experts in a wide range of health disciplines, including physical therapists and specialist physicians, referring patients as needed to ensure the most effective care possible. So how about a second opinion on your health? You might just end up feeling like yourself again. Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
If you hit, pass it, dunk it, shoot it, check it, throw it, putt it, or block it, then we're gonna talk about it.
I like that. I just thought I'd clear that up.
1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Thursday night football. I believe it's on Thursday this week. It's going to be Chargers and Raiders.
Who's the backup quarterback for the Chargers?
Easton Stick.
Guy named Stick. I've never heard of him. Have you ever heard of him?
Easton Stick. Yeah, he
Stick.
he was actually the quarterback at North Dakota State the year before Trey Lance took that job.
You know how they always have those clever shots where they have somebody with a name next to somebody else with a name on the back of their jersey, like Taylor Swift, and they have them stand next to you.
Mhm.
It would be great.
Well,
if
they
had
did it
somebody
with
on.
Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
And
wow. Wait, thanks for slowing down that joke. Appreciate it. Just
all right. I thought you had made the joke.
No, I wasn't there yet.
Okay.
Just Keandre scratch up. Grab it.
Well, I was like, oh, that actually happened. Here's an example of the thing you're actually.
No, that
describing.
did actually happen.
Yeah. Well,
they did actually have that on the Eagles. A Taylor and a Swift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true.
There was also one time I was watching Wisconsin football. They had a wild goose, Rashad Wild Goose, and I forget the other guy, but his last name was Chase. Yeah. It was a wild goose chase.
So for the Chargers, they need Stick to stand there, and then they got to find a guy with the last name Up Your Ass. And it's
Well, that's
perfect.
going to be a harder one to pull off.
Don't think that's going to work.
Well, you got to
Poor choice of
draft
words.
an Up Your Ass next year if you're going to keep Stick around.
I don't think there's anybody in the draft, this upcoming draft, with Up Your Ass as their last name.
I don't know. I mean, we've got a lot of names. We got a lot of names I didn't expect we'd have. You know,
I see plenty of names I can't pronounce. I don't see an Up Your Ass though.
Lots of gays. You know, I have a gay kicker, and then there's a gay on. Is it the Chiefs? Yeah, I was surprised by how many gays.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just found an Orohoro.
Horo. Stick a horo.
It's not quite as catchy, but I just
Is that you're just looking at the
Might work.
Chargers lineup there?
No, I'm just looking at players in the upcoming draft.
Yeah.
Just to do my
He's playing chess and we're playing checkers.
My
Jack.
due
That's what's
diligence to make
happening
sure that
here.
there wasn't an Up Your Ass coming up in the draft that we hadn't missed.
Yeah, Keanu, see, that's how realistic it was. Is Keon actually had to look to be sure there wasn't an Up Your Ass coming.
I mean, because just you never can be too sure.
And Stick was like, I don't want to be anywhere near him. I'm not standing next to him. He's your new center. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I actually
Stick up
retire
your
from
ass.
football. Yeah.
Forget it. Not doing it. All right, let's go ahead and announce the awards. No, I feel like if we were going to win an award, we should lose the award because of how bad you are at that.
Did he or did he not just say, let's go ahead and announce the awards?
But I hadn't announced the award
And
yet,
there was
so
a
there
dead
was no
stop, and I played the fanfare.
I'll tell you what the dead stop was. It was me looking at where it says Chargers at Raiders and going, maybe we should just play music that night. Maybe we should just cancel this whole thing.
Well, the Raiders and the Chargers are a couple weeks removed from beating the Patriots 3-0, and the Raiders are not even a week removed from losing 3-0.
Hey, let's talk about the crap games we got. Let's take a moment here.
I thought we were going to announce the awards.
We're going. But I got distracted, and I just want to say, way to go, NFL. We got Chargers and Raiders, garbage. Vikings at Bengals, the backup bowl. You got Steelers at Colts. Don't even talk to me about this.
I mean, that's
that
gonna,
might be an okay game. Maybe.
Gardner Minshew versus Mitchell Trubisky.
It's going to be horrible.
I have
You're
no
right.
idea.
No,
That's another win for the Colts right there.
Broncos at Lions, but that's on Money Radio, so that's probably the only listenable game. Buccaneers at Packers on Sunday morning. Ugh. Ravens at Jaguars. It might be all right. You know, if Trevor Lawrence is okay, that might be all right.
Those are two playoff teams.
That's Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football's had pretty good matchups this year.
Just Thursday Night Football and Monday Night Football are crying at how good the Sunday Night Football matchups have been.
Well, Monday Night Football's got Eagles at Seahawks. That could be an okay game, but should be a blowout.
Wait a minute. We were talking about playoff football, and it just occurred to me, you guys were saying Al Michaels isn't calling any of the playoff games.
No, Al Michaels is not friendly with NBC anymore, and NBC has decided that they don't want Al Michaels anymore. But yeah, I think somebody's going to give him a call and say, hey, Al, come do a game for us.
Well, isn't he on Prime, though?
Yeah, Prime's not doing playoff games.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But
who has it? CBS and NBC and Does ABC have any, or Espen? He used to work for ABC.
Yeah, I think Espen has some.
You think somebody
like the wild card games? I think
somebody would ask him to. Although I kind of get sleepy when he's on there.
Well,
it's not just the games. It's not just the games. I've determined it's not just the game.
Well, I forget which one was actually close the other day. That he actually was awake.
Was he? He woke up.
He woke up. That he was actually that was a close game, and Al Michaels was engaged.
Average Joe says, "Up your butt, Jobu." Played for the Indians back in the 90s. Oh, that's right. I remember that from Major League.
What?
Up your butt, Jobu. Swuzman's made another sweet-looking straw hat. He says, working on a Bears straw hat for my brother-in-law for Christmas. What do you guys think about Justin Fields leading the Bears to the final playoff spot? Bears are improving, especially picking up Keon's Washington defensive lineman. That dude is helping. I just can't. It'll be a very brief stay in the playoffs if the Bears get there. I can't get behind this team. It's not even just Justin Fields. The Bears just, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. You think they can take that final? I mean, it's such a bad division.
Year? No. It's a bad division, but this is what the Bears have for the rest of their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the Browns, which
defense,
but that could go either way with who they've got a quarterback.
Yeah.
They've got the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the Falcons, and then they end with the Packers. It's not
that hard.
Yeah, it's not insane.
Well, I beg to differ. I mean, they're going to play the Cardinals. Obviously, they're going to get their asses whooped there.
Mm-hmm. And we'll have to see that through shots of downtown Scottsdale and cactus.
And guys on horses.
Yeah.
Wagon wheels, armadillos.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have armadillos. And the guys just, producers say, get me some, B-roll of armadillos.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know what goes on in
that's
those
Texas.
Trucks. So, well, I know, but they don't care. They don't know.
It's a Western animal. Just put it on the screen, okay?
Blissful Hayes thinks the NFL TV network should put a video of a nice young lady working at 29th Avenue in Van Buren. Small businesses. They promote small businesses. Fighting Wampa says, so I was heading home right now, but I just turned around. I'm headed straight to Scottsdale. Thank you, Jeffrey. Horse. Lost Toby says, I love seeing people visible confusion when you explain what Flagstaff looks like. Yeah, I guess I could. I can understand that. Moist One says everyone thinks Montana is like that. It's like that dog crap Yellowstone show. It's not.
Dog crap Yellowstone show.
I haven't really watched much of it.
The Moist One doesn't like the show Yellowstone.
Well,
I've never seen it. So
what is Montana really like? Thought I had a pretty accurate view, and it's not from that TV show. It's from that other TV show, Big Sky on ABC. No, that got canceled. Pro Dog says Bengals seem to have a quality backup in Jake Browning. Yeah, they do. Actually, no, Jake Browning seems like he's pretty okay.
He's off to a great start. Yeah.
Berg says, let's see. He says, doesn't matter where the regular season standings are. Also, yesterday, I was the third highest score. No shame in losing to top score in regular season finale. Well, yeah, I know. But Berg, what we are saying is one of the listener teams in the top 8, whoever is at the bottom of the playoffs in the top 8 is going home. That's what we're trying to explain to you. So you better play well. Oaktown Destroyer says, now there's an exciting game. I'm guessing he's talking about Chargers at Raiders. He's Oaktown Destroyer. He says, listen, for the team I picked in fantasy, I thought my record would have been better. Hopefully I'll be in the blender 1 next year. Yeah, we can get you back where you were, Oaktown Destroyer. But here's the thing. I thought the team I had would be worse. I have no business finishing this year in 4th place. I really don't. It is just baffling to me that I'm not at the damn bottom of the list. Seriously, I'm not just trying to be humble or anything. I had a bad team. Beer Bob says Monday could be a lot worse. It was supposed to be Patriots versus the Chiefs, but it got flexed out for the first time for Monday night game.
Can you imagine having to watch that? Oh, man.
Patriots versus Chiefs? Watch. Patriots are going to go big on the Chiefs. Watch that happen. Take the over. Big George says, I don't know about you guys. Okay. Thunder Snow. Everything is a thinky wheel now. It's all a thinky wheel. Squid says, what is there to do in Montana? Make plans to leave Montana.
It depends on how much you like being outside of your house.
Well,
If you love being outside of your house, there's plenty of stuff to do in
Well,
Montana.
it depends on where you're at. I mean, I have a friend that's got a little cabin in Libby, Montana.
Yeah.
Outside of Libby. And that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's a beautiful country. And there's lots of outdoors type stuff to do, as long as you're aware that you might be killed by either an elk, a moose, or a bear. All of those things will murder you. Many things in Montana will murder you.
Oh, yeah.
But including people. And it's a very right-wing town, and just a lot of outdoorsiness. And not like outdoorsiness where you see a dude rollerblading through Scottsdale with a sweater tied around his neck. I'm talking outdoorsiness where it's
fishing, hunting, skiing in the winter,
real outdoorsy type stuff.
Snowmobiling.
Yeah. Montana seems like a really great place. Berg says, won't be me. All right. Well, good luck, pal. Beer Bob says, Bears versus Cardinals in Chicago. So sorry, guys. No picks of Scottsdale during that game. Just miserable picks of Illinois. Average Joe says, a lot of people have been in Hannah, Montana. Yes, they have.
Excuse me?
Heard it's fun. Moist one says, hey, Squid, I'll show you what it's like in Montana. Stop by the house.
Don't do that, Squid. See, now, don't do that. That's all. That's all the warning I can give you is just don't.
Yeah. Yeah. He says, around 9. It'll be good. Scratch Me Because says, I'm just curious. How many NFL seasons have had 2 games with a 3-0 score?
One.
Boy, you'd have to dive deep into that thing.
One.
Fighting Wampa says, I think DeVito's agent might be living in Montana one of these days. Definitely looks like a candidate for the witness protection program.
Could be.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. Just looks like a comic. Oh, have I even read anything yet? Okay. Now it's time for our weekly picks winner, the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. The winner with 12 correct is Bob Swirsky.
Wow.
Yeah, he was able to hang in there. He got both of his picks wrong, and everybody else did too. So nobody overtook him. So he won fair and square and completely clear. Bob Swirsky is the winner of this week.
All right.
The high score in all the fantasy football for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues was White Tank Warrior. Figured you'd like that name. 185.4 was the high score. That was in League 6. Second week in a row that somebody from League 6 has had the high score.
Nobody from League 6 can come into our league.
I guarantee you they can. Let's see here.
I wasn't asking. I was begging.
Oh, I see. That's not how it works.
I was begging for League 6 to stay the hell out of the Premier League.
So Choro and Germ is good 20. They're both tied for first place in the picks contest. Brett Maverick, he has third place. Bacher 44 has fourth place. So now after that, fifth place, Fighting Wampa. After that, there's a tie, 134 right between Raider Royce, Winning 41, and the Raven Kid. And then bringing up 9 and 10th place, Ultimate Warriors and Tig Old Biddies. Like how I delivered that, sounding like it was
made it very official.
Just totally normal. And Tig Old Biddies with 133. That means Tig Old Biddies has 63.94% accuracy rating out of 208 total picks.
Wow.
Next week, we'll see how Tig Old Biddies does. I'm in 15th place. I've slid out of the top 10. So with my 132 correct. Thank you. I got 6 right this week. Randy, you got 5. Keon, Ralph got 6. And Radio Ron had 7. He was killing it for us. So he has picked up one more win, getting closer to my 132 with his 126. The rest of you are so far behind me, I could take 2 weeks off and still win. You had to see the YouTube to see the bleep-eating grin.
Oh, don't worry. I saw it. I was right here.
Yeah. We didn't miss it.
Studio is designed perfectly that if you took a swing at me, You could not reach me from that position. Big George wants to know if we should call the FBI and the moist one. I'm pretty sure they're watching him.
Yeah, it's
like at all times.
There's just a van that's supposed to fix cable that's been across the street from his house for years. Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says, I support small businesses, independent contractors, and the free enterprise system. That's why he's heading for Van Buren. All right.
Wow.
Hour 2 is next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The holiday season is right around the corner, so give the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Give them a Stihl. With powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws to place under the tree, the Stihl Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Save $30 on the BG56 CE handheld blower. Visit your local Stihl dealer or go to stihlusa.com/gift guide. Real Stihl. Find yours. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Frankie drives end to end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end to end.
Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Bob Swirsky. Yes, Bob. I don't know why. I'm not supposed to read it out loud. He sent me a note. Yes, Bob, you will get an email. I don't know why he didn't want me to say anything out loud. It was very important. There's a lot of stars around it. So just
stars around it?
Yeah. Well, I can't read it. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, are you going to have any of those Cherry Colangelo Hall of Fame basketball tickets. Well, Cherry Colangelo, the sister of Jerry Colangelo, has a competing tournament, and that really pisses off Jerry Colangelo. It's like, my sister Cherry has this. Nobody even cares, but she has to do it on the same nights as mine, and I just feel like, I just feel like she's not being supportive as a sister.
Mom and Dad always favored her.
Yeah. And so, no, we're not giving away any Cherry Colangelo Hall of Fame basketball tickets. We are loyal to Jerry Colangelo and his tournaments. And for that, we're giving away tickets. But Jerry Colangelo, no.
No.
We wouldn't do that to Jerry Colangelo.
Just Jerry.
Yeah. Not Cherry.
Say no to Cherry.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'll go that far. 888-368-1580. Yes, we do have tickets. In fact, we might even get some more. Radio Ron was threatening to give me some more tickets to give away. We have, I think, 4 tickets for the Jerry Colangelo Classic this Saturday. Starts at noon. And I found out from Radio Ron, he's like, I heard you the other day. You don't know anything. And like, I know. That's why I was saying what I was saying. I don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
And he says, no, the tickets, you can watch all the games. You don't just use the tickets to go to one of the games. You show
an
up
all day thing.
You get to watch all the games. You can watch Washington State versus Santa Clara, NCSB versus Loyola Marymount, St. Mary's versus UNLV, and of course, Portland versus Grand Canyon. You can just sit there and just watch all the games. All of them, some of them. Whatever you want to do. It's
a
up to you.
dog and a handful of beers, and you're set.
That's right. And same thing goes for the Jerry Colangelo Hall of Fame women's NCAA thing and men's NCAA.
See,
thing.
I would have thought Cherry would do the women's NCAA.
Cherry, she's just trying to. She's lashing out. She's lashing out at Jerry Colangelo.
Is that the Cherry that the Journey singer sang about? Oh, Cherry.
Yes, it actually is. It's true. And, of course, back then, Jerry Colangelo and Cherry were on good terms.
Oh, yeah.
And so Jerry Colangelo goes over to Steve Perry's and grabs him by the collar and says, you don't sing about my sister. And he's like, fine. I'll change it to Sherry. He's like, see that you do.
Okay.
You know about this, but I'm from Chicago.
You are an encyclopedia of background notes on all these songs.
He's like, I'm Jerry Colangelo. I'm a very serious man.
He is.
And so the Steve Perry wet himself and changed it to Sherry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did wet himself.
So if Jerry Colangelo came around grabbing me by the collar.
Oh, listen. I mean,
gone.
Yeah. I might just have a cardiac arrest and just die right there.
The word evacuate is going to be involved in my autopsy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I noticed you were cleaning your glasses while ago.
Yes, sir.
And, I have similar glasses to you. I've got the progressive lens. Now, I find that I can't do anything with my glasses on when it comes to work. And I know you being a manly man, you were changing the axles in your Jeep this weekend.
You're damn right I was.
And do you keep your glasses on while you're working on the car? Because I can't.
Yes.
I was cleaning my grill out this past weekend, and I had to take the glasses off. I couldn't see a damn thing.
Well, it depends on what I'm doing. I mean, I think cleaning a grill, I don't think I need to wear glasses. But again, my glasses are readers. I don't need them for anything else. But if I'm trying to work on, something, I got to have the glasses on. And in the summer, I'm sweating all over these glasses and just scratching them up and banging them up. So I try to use old glasses when I work.
I have older glasses I use for stuff when I have to read something. But other than that, I'll walk around blind as a bat.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But what are you asking me right now?
You notice? Well, you were changing your axles.
Yeah.
And
I had the glasses on.
See, I had to take these off because I was cleaning my grill.
Why?
Well, because I couldn't see a damn thing. I was locked between far and near, and I had to keep moving my head. So
that
finally, my head was all the way up here like this, and I'm trying to look down at the grill.
But they're progressives. They should have worked at any distance.
No.
You know what that means? You need new glasses.
I was afraid you were going to say
it. It's my official medical opinion. Kiss the Cook says, I just left the 24th Street area. Met a nice couple, very much into the holiday season. A shout out to Comfort and Joy. Thank you.
Wow.
I would have thought he left Band-Aids with names like that.
Big George says, Jeffrey, don't you know Jerry Colangelo is the name of Jerry Colangelo on the weekend when he cross-dresses? That's not true.
Stop.
That is not true.
Jerry Colangelo knows people. You better be careful. Yeah. He's from Chicago.
Make a comment like that. Next thing, we don't know you. We never heard of you.
We didn't even hear anything about you.
Mr. Wilbur says, is Cherry Coke the title sponsor? No, it's not. It's not, Wilbur, you blind bastard. Next time you send in a text that says somebody's name wrong, I'm not reading it. Check your spelling or have somebody do it for you. Get your blind, get your seeing eye dog. Check. Just hold the phone up. Yeah. That's it. You hear that noise? There's something wrong with the spelling. Voice text is not your friend. As a blind guy, don't you have a button that like says it back to you before you hit send? Oh, no. Jeffrey, are you going to have any of those Cherry Colangelo Hall of Fame tickets? Yeah, don't they have that?
I don't know.
Should be a button on your phone. Just trying to help you, Wilbur.
On account of I'm not blind, I've never needed to know myself.
Something we should all know. All right, so the Warriors are coming to town.
Yeah,
playing the Suns tonight.
Yes.
The Warriors ain't been great. They have not been great.
Good. We might get a win. KD is out.
Suns ain't been great. You know, they've been good to great and then not so great. It just depends.
Yeah.
But tonight is the night that Bradley Beal comes back. Kevin Durant will not be on the field or on the court.
On the court.
I busted Keon's butt so hard on that a couple of weeks ago.
Sometimes you just misspeak.
And now, Keon, you have 5 minutes.
Next, you're going to be telling us Devin Booker is not going to be on the ice.
No, he's on ice. The ice in his veins. So here's the gambling information.
Yes.
Gambling, the spread is 3.5.
We are Arizona sports betting station
in favor of the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
And the money line is negative 155. It's plus 130 for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Suns are favored on this game and in every way. But I wouldn't say anything is a gimme. I wouldn't say anything is absolutely obvious, We don't have Kevin Durant. So, and it's the first time with Bradley Beal out there.
In a while, anyway.
Don't think it's going to be easy.
I don't think they've had all three of the superstars together yet.
No. There's always been one missing.
Yep. And maybe that's by design. Maybe,
we had a
conspiracy theorist.
If you want to. I just don't see why you need to play those games this early in the season. But, we had a little bit of Beal and Durant for a couple of games anyway. We've had more games with Durant and Booker. So we'll see. I think he's going to be rusty, Bradley Beal, because that's just what happens when you take that much time off from basketball. So hopefully it doesn't take him too long to get into the swing of things. And, of course, he doesn't have to be the number one scoring option with Devin Booker out there, so that helps too.
Is that you?
Was that a lullaby?
That's the sound of my alarm, but it wasn't my phone. It was
mine. Yeah.
Don't use that sound. That's the sound for my alarm. That's my take my blood pressure medication alarm.
Oh no!
I was like, what? That's not 8 o'clock yet.
Oh, no. Couldn't be my phone. That's why that's how I'm videotaping myself.
Oh. Well, my phone makes that noise, and my wife says, "Is there an ice cream man out front? What's going on?"
It's just the default alarm, and I just never changed it.
I got to change mine now. Mr. Wilbur says this one's for Keon. Is Jerry Colangelo the comeback player of the year?
No, he's the godfather of sports.
Yeah, he is. Wilbur, moist one. I can't read that.
No,
can I?
Moist one.
No, I can't read that. I had to think about it. Big George says, I'm in San Diego. I think I'm safe from any Jerry Colangelo. No.
He has people.
You've not watched enough movies, too many Hallmark movies. Mr. Pringle says, did KD smoke too many doobies to play tonight?
No, he hurt his ankle.
Which I'm sure he's managing the pain.
By smoking.
Some, yeah, probably. Lost Toby says, Randy should always just make his name iPhone Dad. Looking good, iPhone Dad. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want me to fix that for you? I can fix that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Please.
But you don't know how to fix that?
Not
Because
on the
when
phone.
you're at home, it works just
No,
right.
not on the phone. No.
I got it. There
it is.
I got it. All fixed.
Okay.
Done. 888-368-1580. NFL Blitzer says, hey, guys.
What does it say now?
It just says Randy, iPhone Dad.
I mean, that's the important part.
I am the godfather of iPhones, am I not?
NFL Blitzer says, I just got off from work. Is Bradley Beal on limit restriction? I had not heard that they were going to, but I'm sure they'll be watching. I'm sure they're going to be keeping an eye on him, but I don't think there's a minute restriction on him. That's a fair question. Does that mean you're going to be on a minutes restriction on watching the game? Does that make you less likely to?
Will you only watch when Beal is playing?
I don't know how you would even know.
Well, you'd have to watch the game.
Well, you'd have to watch the whole thing to know, because if you're watching and he goes off the court and you're like, click, turn it off. Now you're sitting there going, how will I know when he's back?
Well, you got to do is you got to buy a ticket, then you got to give it to your friend. Your friend has to go to the game, and he's got to send you a text every time Beal comes back in the game.
That's good. That's good. Except for there is like a minute lag time in between those things happening from the TV to the court, unless you have.
Well,
like,
then by
channel
the time
3.
you get the text,
Yeah.
then you just go ahead and flip the TV. By the time the TV comes back, Beal will be walking on the court.
Yeah. I feel like you're going to miss some stuff doing it that way. Maybe you go to the game and
what's the fun in that?
Cover your eyes whenever he's not on the court. But now you have to have a friend with you to nudge you. That's it. You have to go to the game.
No, I don't think so.
Were you doing something, Keon?
Yeah, I was looking up whether or not Bradley Beal was on a minutes restriction. A lot of writers think that is likely, but the Suns actually haven't said whether or not that's the case.
Which means, he's probably good. He's probably fine. And now we just have to see if, I'm very disappointed. I want to see all three of them. I want to see them all three. I want to see what we're getting, because we take a lot of bleep from guys like Ralph, and, there is a narrative out there. Oh, yeah. These guys will never be healthy at the same time. Booker gets injured all the time. Durant gets injured all the time. Beal gets injured all the time. And right now it all looks true. Are we sitting on top of a championship team, or are we just going to end up disappointed again?
Well, I think that's, why we have to see them together, because we just don't know. But I do think that was true about Booker and Durant and CP3 last year. And by the time the playoffs rolled around, they were all ready to go. So that is what I'm leaning towards is, hey, if you've got the injury bug, get that out of your system now, so you don't have to worry about it when the games that you're really looking forward to matter the most.
Blissful Hayes, I think I'm not going to read his text anymore today. Kevin Durant is scared to play Steph Curry and Draymond Green.
But he's already played them this year.
Just a dumb thing to say.
What?
It's dumb. Hey, remember tall, lanky guy? Victor Wembanyama.
Yes. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama. He he's coming along. He's learning. He's playing. He's doing all right.
Is he?
Of course, the Spurs aren't. They now have lost 17 games in a row. I mean, it's not as bad as Monty and his 20 games in a row for
Pistons.
The Pistons there in Detroit. That's not great. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But Victor Wembanyama being on the Spurs, how are they losing 17 in a row? What's wrong with the Spurs? Is he not developing as quick as they'd like, or they just have nobody around him?
Well, far be it from me to question the great Greg Popovich, but maybe they're trying to bring Wembanyama along slowly. Their offense is currently being run by Keldon Johnson and Jeremy Sohan, who are two players that I like. They're young guys. They're like Sohan's. This is year 2 for him, I think, and Keldon Johnson's in like year 3 or 4. And I like them as players. Neither of those people should be running your offense, though. Jeremy Sohan is a great defensive stopper. He plays really good defense, and if you have, you need an open shot and Sohan's there, he can knock it down. He's pretty decent in mid-range. Keldon Johnson's a really good catch and shoot guy too, but he's not a point guard. I don't know what the Spurs are doing, but like most of their offense runs through Johnson and Sohan, and they're not really using Wembanyama as much as they should, or as much as I would. If you want that guy to get good, get him as many touches as you can, but they're not doing it.
Well, that if you don't get it, I don't get it.
He can't help you if you don't give him the ball. I don't know. I don't know what else that he's supposed to do. He's out there, he's setting screens and rolling to the basket. And I'm literally sitting there watching Keldon Johnson see Victor Wembanyama basically be ready for an alley-oop at any time that he's 5 feet away from the basket. He just doesn't throw the oop.
He did a superstar dunk over the Rockets center, and he was 15 points, 18 rebounds on the game, 7 of 15 from the field. So, but yeah, you're right. Sounds like they got to get him the ball more and let him develop. Nobody gives a crap about you, Devin Vassell, and your 14 points. Nobody cares about you, Malaki Branham, and your 13 points, 7 assists. What you want to see is the development of Wembanyama. Mike Holtz, what I want to see is the development of Anthony Richardson. I don't care if we win games. I don't care if we're in the wild card. What I cared to see was him develop. And I'm sure Spurs fans, what you care to see is Victor Wembanyama becoming the superstar that you guys drafted and build the team around him. But this, I don't know. I mean, well, you'll get a good draft pick, I guess.
Yeah, I just think that they've already done the part of this where they've been tanking for talent. Like, a lot of those guys are young. They're all going to need to develop if the Spurs want to make another step, to be a team that is capable of being around 500. But the ultimate thing is Victor Wembanyama is the best player on that team. It's pretty obvious. You got to run the game through him, and they just don't. And I cannot tell you why. I have no good answers for that.
Miss Kim is on the text line, Randy.
How about that?
She says, hey, Jeffrey, can we talk about Christmas music? No. Christmas cookies, Christmas activities, Christmas traditions, Christmas movies, Christmas trees, Christmas lights, something besides sports. Is she home drinking again?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Well, we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. I mean, wouldn't have any Christmas stuff to talk about, but I do have a headline that, well, I don't know if you should listen to this.
Me? I shouldn't listen to this?
No, Miss Kim.
Miss Kim shouldn't listen to this?
Yeah. I got a headline. Man arrested for sexually molesting a manatee mannequin.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot to process.
So it's not Christmas, but it's also not sports.
Let's break that down for a moment. What?
I know, so much there, right?
What did you say again?
I said a man was arrested for sexually molesting a manatee mannequin.
Okay, so I heard you correctly, and that actually scares me more.
A manatee mannequin.
Spoiler alert, it's Florida. And but
I think we all got that.
Yeah. This 23-year-old guy got arrested after a drunken outburst at a restaurant, which included something that's very Florida, throwing gator nuggets. They're like chicken nuggets, but alligator meat.
Okay.
And when somebody confronted him, he ran over to a life-size manatee mannequin, which was outside the restaurant, wearing a T-shirt that says, "Did someone say tacos?" And according to this report, he began sexually molesting the manatee. I'm just really glad there's no more details about this. But here, I'll show you. There's the guy.
Oh, my.
There's the guy and there's the victim.
Oh, boy.
I wasn't kidding. So that guy humped that thing outside the restaurant.
Is that near the drive-through speaker?
It looks like a menu, like when you're standing around out front.
Yeah.
So not Christmas. Oh, here's something else. Now, this is going to make you feel great. This guy, that guy right there, he is a student pilot at a flight school there in Florida.
Oh, boy.
I hope not anymore.
Yeah.
If you got on a plane and he was your pilot,
You better not look like a manatee. That's all I got to say.
He'll forget to fly the plane and he'll get handsy in every way he's not supposed to.
That poor manatee. Anyway, so no Christmas stuff, Miss Kim, but we had that, I guess. Sorry, more sports stuff when we come back, though. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era and I am glowing up.
I'm going to go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Guess the Cook says, here's a topic for you. Unusual Christmas tradition. But I'm not looking for topics. Randy's wife got tired of hearing us talk about sports. She suddenly wanted to hear other things.
So she got her wish.
We're not short on stuff to talk about. I don't know if she expected somebody sexually molesting a manatee mannequin. I didn't even know that a manatee mannequin was a thing. So
I can guarantee you that she, not unlike the rest of us, did not see that coming.
Yeah, don't see it coming.
Yeah.
Don't see it coming.
I know I didn't.
Oh, here's a topic. If you want a topic, hey Randy.
Yeah.
Would you sell your dog for $200,000?
No.
See? Would you sell your cat for $200,000?
No.
You lying son of a bitch. That's a cat. They're free. Come on. You would totally sell him for $200,000.
No, I would not.
Good man. Well, it's actually a question that's going viral after a woman claims somebody made her an offer. She had like a Doberman puppy, and somebody's like, "I will give you $200,000," and she says, "No, it's like my baby. I feel like I've birthed it." Like, okay,
that's a bit strong, but
that's a bit much, but all right.
It's happening there.
Yeah. Now my wife says, would you sell one of our dogs for 200,000? And I'm like, which one? Because one of them's cool and the other one bites me a lot.
I know which one's on the chopping block.
Yeah. Bebo digs holes and he's a good dog. It's just he's in that puppy stage where you go to pet him and he's all, you know, he's not like hurting you or nothing. He jumps up. It scratched the crap out of my arm. This was a long old scratch on it right there. But no, he's gonna be a great dog. He's not. Would I give him up for? Yes, him I would. Buddy, no. Buddy's been traumatized.
Now, Kim might give up Cecil for $200,000. She might give up Cecil for $20.
I think she'd give you up for 200,000.
I know she would give me up for 200,000. And if you package me with the dog apparently last night, as we were sleeping, decided it was time to get into the garbage. Cecil doesn't do this normally, but he apparently just went out of the kitchen and has figured out how to get into the garbage can and pulled some tamale remains out.
Oh, I don't blame him.
Well, it wasn't the tamales; it was the corn husks, and ate all the corn husks.
Oh my God, that dog is going to be. Well, you're not going to be picking up poop in the yard for a while.
I'll tell you that much right now.
That dog is done pooping for a while.
Well, we'll see what happens. I have a little surgery coming up this week. Maybe the dog has surgery before me.
You might have to reach in there and help.
Keon, you want a little veterinary experience?
I would not actually. At no point in my life was that something that I wanted, and I want it less now.
You don't know unless you ask.
That's true. That's true.
I would ask.
Yeah. And I had to do that for Bebo once. Not surgery, but he came in screaming like, he was freaked out because it was stuck in his butt.
Oh boy.
No.
And I got a paper towel. I thought I was just going to grab a little nugget, like it was stuck to his butt. Turned out, and I grabbed it, and it's like, whoop. I was like, oh, it's like a prize just came out. What the hell? I was like, just giant turd. I'm like, whoa, that came all the way. I'm a magician.
Look what I did.
I thought it was
surprised yourself
dealing with a dingleberry. I was dealing with the whole thing. Yeah, he was very happy after that. He's like, oh, thank you so much.
Got stuck there a little, huh?
Oh man.
Kiss the Cook says, you didn't see it coming, that story? Yeah, neither did the manatee. 888-368-1580.
Oh boy.
Mr. Pringle says, Keon knows more about basketball than Greg Popovich. I don't know if that's sarcasm.
I'm pretty sure I specifically said, far be it from me to question, because I don't know
now.
I don't know what the plan is. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. He has one, I'm sure. Because there's no way.
Apparently, the plan is continuing to lose.
He's won 5 championships. I am certain there is some plan, but I don't know if it's like a Belichick.
He might have forgot the plan.
Out of touch thing, or it's just like, yeah, you know what? I will spend the last years of my career with the Spurs just tanking to get them as many high picks as I can before I go. I don't know what he's doing.
Listen, no, I don't know that he knows what he's doing anymore. Because every time I see Greg Popovich, I think, I guess they can end the silver alert now. Yeah, it's like constantly just looks like somebody who answers to the silver alert.
He's approached the point in his career where he looks like somebody who answers to Gandalf. It's just long white hair. He could just be a wizard. He
just doesn't care.
Literally a wizard.
I think he is a wizard.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's a Spur. Hefty Lefty says Wemby being so hyped by the media and scouts may also make players want to go extra hard on the Spurs every time they play. They're getting teams' best games every night. Makes it tough on a young team. Don't know what the deal is with the Pistons, though. They just may be on their way to being the worst team of all time. Now, is that on the footstep of Monty, our old coach, or is it just they gave him a bad team and there ain't nothing he can do about it?
It's a little of both. He inherited a team that just was not good. But then and maybe this is just a little bit of DeAndre Ayton overreaction. He has a very short leash these days. You make a couple of mistakes out there and your ass is on the bench. And I don't think for a young team that's the best thing to do, just because they need experience. They need to be able to screw up, and they can't. Everybody's afraid of messing up. So they'll go and start their offense, and Cade Cunningham will give the ball to somebody and they'll give it right back to him because he's the only guy that has the confidence that thinks that he can make any shot. So Cade Cunningham's out there playing his ass off, and none of these other guys are doing anything because they're all afraid of getting benched. And I think that that's got to change a little bit because you know what, Monty? You may have had your issues with DeAndre Ayton, but he's not on that team.
I was just thinking how good it would be to be benched right now.
Mm.
Just have a nice sit down.
After, we had our big holiday party.
Yeah. Just give them water.
And
just some Gatorade. Just have a sit down.
Man, at
my age, I dream of being benched.
Radio Ron put a nice spread on today for the big holiday party, and I could go over to that couch right now and be gone for good 8 or 9 hours.
Well, I ate about half my weight in pastrami.
Oh my God.
I think we all did. Obscure Messenger has a great idea. Obscure Messenger 10 minutes ago probably had the best idea that we've heard today. Obscure Messenger says, I think the Celtics should wear their green uniforms and the Rockets should wear their red uniforms and play on Christmas Day.
That would be cool.
You are absolutely right. Are they supposed to play? Are they scheduled to play Christmas Day?
I don't believe so.
No, I
mostly
think it's
because you wouldn't schedule the
Celtics
Rockets.
Heat, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody's going to watch the Rockets.
You wouldn't
right
schedule
now,
the Rockets on a primetime holiday game.
That was a great idea, but you have to pick a different team for.
But the Heat could wear their red uniforms.
Heat, the Raptors, they got red, right? Who else has red? Bulls.
The Bulls.
Yeah, Bulls have red.
I don't think they're playing on Christmas Day though.
Somebody needs to work this out, and I'm going to put Obscure Messenger in charge.
Yeah.
Let him decide how these things go.
Okay.
Pickle D says $200,000. Later, Fido. I'll send a postcard from Fiji.
Oh my God.
Wilbur says Jeffrey O'Brien, the magician. Watch him pull a rabbit out of its butt. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want the dog to suffer. I just thought it was a dingleberry on his hair. I had no idea that I was bringing.
That was no rabbit.
That was not the butt. That was an entire cigar. Flappy Mac says we'll pay $100,000 a piece for a cat, Jeffrey. And he shows me a picture of a couple pit bulls. If those dogs have $100,000 cash, I'll get you a cat. Just just swing by a shelter right now.
Oh my God.
He's going to a good home. Trust me.
Fill out all the forms. No, he'll be loved. Seriously, loved.
Just two pit bulls in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Walking into the
one pit bull on the other pit bull's shoulders, like doing this.
We'd like a cat.
Hello, good sir. We'd like a cat. You want
We'll be paying cash.
Sort of a cat. A yummy one. I mean, calico. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Sir, you're drooling all over the paperwork.
Never mind that. Allergies. It's allergies.
Achoo. There. I don't know why these pit bulls suddenly have these proper accents. Hello, my good sir.
They're overcompensating on account of they look like two pit bulls in a trench coat.
Hello, my good man.
Oh, I see you have a commemorative ball. Ah!
Hold it together, Frank.
Lost Toby says, breaking news, the Giants signed Young-Hoo Lee, 6 years, $113 million. Giants Farhan Zaidi, president of baseball operations, says he's pleased to have a discounted Shohei Ohtani. Did he just make that up? Or did that actually happen?
He may have made that up.
He must have made that up. I can't imagine.
I thought that was real. I don't know. I don't know this Young-Hoo Lee. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a real person. I'm looking.
No, there's nothing.
Wow.
There's nothing on MLB.com.
That buzz is loud. Let's see here.
Yes. It's Hung-Hoo Lee.
That's a real person. That actually happened.
Giants land KBO star. It's Korean baseball organization star Jung-Hoo Lee on a 6-year deal.
I know we're not pronouncing that right.
It's Jung-Hoo
sure?
Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Might be Jung-Hoo Lee.
Jung's early. I don't
know.
Hefty Lefty says it's about to be really hard to find a bench at the gym after the new year. Then it'll clear out around February when the non-committed resolutioners have quit. Why are you telling us this?
Yeah, I'm not sure where this is coming from.
That might have been a text for somebody else.
But you can't bash everybody because this past January, I was one of the people that was first going into the gym. So
you go every now and then still.
No, I go 5 to 6 days a week.
I never break a New Year's resolution. You can't break what you don't make. I got a perfect record. Silver Pop says, good afternoon, guys. Happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Hey, what's going on across all sports right now? Well, we've been on the air for like an hour and a half, man.
We got some of it.
Yeah, we were talking sports until Randy's wife got sick of it, and then we stopped for a bit. So then we started it up again, and then we weren't sure if if we were getting had by this young Hu Lee thing.
Probably Jung Hu Lee.
Are you sure?
Slated to make $113 million. Giants are going to put him in center field, looks like.
I'm not kidding. Is that how is it pronounced Jung or Young?
Jung.
Is
Jung
Okay.
-HOO.
You're sure?
Lee. Yes,
Okay.
this is the Sports Illustrated.
All right.
Right?
I'm trying to say it right.
Yeah.
Jung Hu Lee. All right.
Jung Hu
Is he
Lee.
good player? Or
Yes, he was one of the top players in the Korean baseball organization. He hit 334 last season.
He's a career 340 hitter too.
And he's a guy that it was one of the top prospects, one of the top free agents that baseball teams have been looking for.
Cool.
So yeah,
All
looks
right,
like
cool.
they're going to put him in center field there in San Francisco.
Quick question.
He's
So
25.
he's not played in Major League Baseball yet.
No, just the
So-
KBO, which the Korean baseball organization, just like the
Okay.
Japanese baseball league, they're very talent rich. It's a very good league.
We weren't supposed to know who he is yet.
No,
So I don't have to
not-
feel bad about it.
Not unless you watch Korean baseball.
I do not. Okay. I heard it's really good though.
I have not watched Korean baseball since the pandemic
Me
was
neither.
going on.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any Korean baseball since MASH ended.
I see. Yeah.
Silver Pop says, and Lakers in that stupid tournament, signing by the Dodgers, Pat Mahomes bitching and complaining, Peyton Manning's forehead. We got through the Taylor Swift saga in the NFL, now to be bombarded by the DeVito Goombas. Make it stop.
No, the DeVito stuff is fun. I'm
That's
sorry.
actually kind
Yeah,
of fun.
I will not be wanting to turn that in. I'll take the DeVito family over Taylor Swift every day of the week.
Guess what, everybody? I was right. Sorry to interrupt you with my rightness. Pickle D says, if he's Korean, and he is, it's pronounced Young. I was right. What?
Well, he is Korean.
Yeah.
And okay, so it's pronounced Young.
Thank you. I very rarely get that right.
Congratulations.
Mr. Pringle says Hung Lo is a Japanese baseball star. No, that's a Japanese porn star. Lost Toby says, this has been Lost Toby reporting live from the ACLU toilet. The ACLU toilet?
Doesn't he work for the ACLU?
The ACLU toilet is both male, female, otherwise, and it's a toilet in the middle of an open room to share with everyone. There's no doors. There's no walls.
That's a nightmare.
There's no borders.
What? Might need some borders. Just
not at the ACLU.
Just imagining that is
But this is
making me-
tough because they also expect you to give the person their privacy as they take a crap in the middle of the floor. So you have to make, if you look, don't look.
Well, I mean, after today's party, I could roll in there and drop a big deuce in there, and I guarantee you some walls that go up. They'll put a big giant fan on that thing.
Solve that problem.
You'll have your privacy
Oh,
because
yeah.
the office will be empty.
Oh yeah, I'll drive everybody out of there. Kidding me? How you like that pastrami now? How's that ham working for you? Speaking of ham,
they'll close the ACLU down in Phoenix.
why don't you come take a look at this big steak I just left for you?
walk
You
right
know
in.
what,
Shut
you-
it down! Shut it down!
You bastards protect your own civil liberties.
Speaking
we're done.
You'll listen. They'll sue you for a war crime because that's exactly what it is. That is a crime
Howdy.
against humanity.
Hey, like that? You like that poppy seed, Jack? There it is. Flatulence brought to you by Coke Zero. Explore that freedom.
Lost Toby says, we have now built walls. We better take a break. I haven't even gotten to the last non-sports thing I'm going to get to. Today we got to get back to sports. This little flight of fancy is for Miss Kim. She is to blame.
I know she appreciates
for turning this this Tuesday show into a Friday show.
when I get home. Really? Humping a manatee? Really?
No, a manatee mannequin.
Look, you're the one that texted in, not me. Now, where's the whiskey?
Oh, we're not done yet. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Can I open it now?
I think you've waited long enough.
Yeah, go for it, kiddo.
I already have this baseball cap.
Not this one.
Look a little closer, sweetheart.
Signed?
Yeah, buddy.
I can't believe it.
Do you still have that card all these years later? Do you have trading cards that's been sitting in a box for decades? Scottsdale Cards is who you want to call first. The Valley's card, comic book, and collectibles expert since 1989. Scottsdale Cards is your source to sell your trading cards and other collectibles, including those comic books you've been doing nothing with. We are always interested in buying your vintage sports cards and comic books, certified autographs, memorabilia, and collectibles. So what collectibles do you have stored away? They could be worth thousands. Call or text 480-419-2990. That's 480-419-2990. Or go to scottsdalecards.com. That's scottsdalecards.com. Or search Scottsdale Cards on your mobile phone today.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit TalkNowAZ.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So, one last thing to talk about, not sports, before we get back into talking sports. And actually, this is right up your alley, Randy. You know, your neighbors ever complain when you're smoking meats in your barbecue?
Never.
You create a lot of smoke out the back of your house sometimes. It wafts over. Just generally just makes everybody hungry, right?
Probably. I mean, I'd like to think so, but I've had no complaints.
Well, some lady moves into this neighborhood in Tennessee, Nashville. And, for the last 9 years, this guy, Jeff Roy, has been serving up takeout meals from this market that he has. But the place is, it's more barbecue than grocery, but still they barbecue every day. So it's about 5 days a week. We do ribs, pork shoulder, chickens. He's like, I comply with all the codes. And for the past year, we have spent a lot of time and money because this one lady moved in a couple of years ago, and she's complaining that the smoke comes over into her yard. The smoke from his constant grilling she says is a nuisance, and she wants it to stop. And he says, I just put my foot down. He says, I'm through. Do what you got to do. And the neighbors filed a lawsuit claiming the store affects her ability to enjoy her property as well as negatively affects her health. I don't know how that smoke from a barbecue negatively affects your health. It's not like secondhand smoke from cigarettes. It's just a yummy smell. I guess smoke is smoke, but he says what she wants is to shut his place down. And he's like, I ain't going nowhere. And they of course, the lady who's suing, she's like, well, my lawsuit speaks for itself. So she's not explaining anything other than she wants him to shut down. But this guy has been a member of that community. He fed the entire neighborhood after there was a tornado that hit East Nashville in 2020. And all he's doing is a business that's been there for 10 years before she even showed up. Can you believe that?
I can't, because if you didn't want to go to a place where delicious grill smells were going to be anywhere near you, you shouldn't have moved to Nashville.
Yeah,
that's a third of the personality of that city.
That's true.
Someone is smoking something somewhere. It's some pork is being smoked in Nashville at some point in a 24-hour period.
I mean,
at all times.
So is this just a wood-fired smoker that the guy's got going, like an offset smoker? Or
I'm not sure of the actual kind of smoker, but he complies with every code that there is. And his store is exactly where it's been for forever. Nobody has had an issue with that. He's never had a health department, bad grade or anything like that. He's just been sitting there doing it. I don't know if it's,
is he doing this out of his house?
No. This is an actual business.
Well, then she can go pound sand.
That's right.
Here's
the thing. If I'm the judge and I'm like, Natalie Castillo, that's the
plaintiff.
Yeah. I'm denying your case, but I'm also ordering by contempt of court on this. You will get jail time if you don't do this. You have to change your first name from Natalie to Karen. Get the out of my courtroom.
And there it is.
Dunk.
There it is.
Out. Get out.
I can't imagine she's going to win this.
This is like the idiots who moved to certain parts of the valley here, and they are like, oh, here's a nice place to put look at this master plan community. And there's a pig farm right over there. It's nice to be around farmland. They build it and like, oh, it smells like pig crap. And then they start complaining and yelling at the farmer. And the farmer's like, what do you think is going to happen when you moved in next to my pig farm or my turkey farm or my dairy farm? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, like Luke Air Force Base has been a part of this valley since the 40s, I think.
Some ladies calling up, could you keep it down?
And they've built houses all around Luke Air Force Base,
which is dumb.
And then they complain about the jet noise
in Queen Creek. One of the dumbest things you're going to see. The dumbest things. Now that's pretty good, but this is pretty dumb. This is somebody who should know better. Queen Creek has a set of train tracks going right down the middle of it.
Yeah,
right up along. Just like at a diagonal. Somebody came over to the heart of Queen Creek, right by the train tracks, and they built a hotel.
Brilliant.
Right next to the train tracks. Unless you're from New York, you are waking up unhappy. New Yorker would be feeling right at home, like, yeah, this is just like home. And when they go through there, it's not just a big rumbling, long ass freight train, which I feel about a mile and a half away. Hell, when I lived in the other house, even farther away, I heard that. But it was like,
oh yeah.
And guess what else they do? Because there's intersections there. They're
blow the horn.
blowing the horn.
Yeah.
And then idiot kids are out there playing around. So they, as they're driving through, the kids are like, ha, 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 ha. Can you imagine staying in that hotel right next to it?
No.
Off in the distance, it doesn't wake me up. It wakes my wife up, but it doesn't wake me up. Off in the distance, imagine being right next to it.
I don't have to imagine. I used to live next to train tracks.
Oh my God.
When I was in the hills of Appleton, Tennessee. And the reason we lived there was it was half off basically rent because of where it was located. So you had
Fair
the good
enough.
sense to not complain about it
Sure.
because that's exactly what's saving you money.
But a hotel. You just built $1 million, more, probably multi-millions. We're talking like for an actual hotel, like 20 million. I don't know how much it costs to build these things, but they spent some money. It's an actual chain hotel. I can't remember which one it is, but they actually on purpose built it they had better have like $20 rates because everyone there is waking up angry.
And the thing is, if you live near train tracks, like after a while, you just learn to tune it out. If you are going to a hotel, by nature, you do not live there. You can't tune it out. There's no way to ignore that.
I like to think that people at the hotel don't tell them anything.
I wouldn't.
You know what I mean? So everybody gets surprised. Right after the train goes by, the phones light up on the switchboard. It's just fun. Donnie says, is that the one by Walmart? Yeah, I guess so. Isn't everything in Queen Creek by Walmart?
At some point.
Hefty Lefty says, that hotel is making me immediately think of Joe Pesci and My Cousin Vinny. I don't remember that. There's a little hotel by I don't know. Donnie says, also, why does Queen Creek need hotels? I don't know. Why does Queen Creek need an airport? I have no idea. Mr. Wilbur says, hey, lady, up your nose with a rubber hose. Pickle D says, somebody needs to slap that whiny ass. Well, you don't slap a lady. Sorry. He says, somebody needs to slap that whiny ass kid on the collectibles commercial. I already have this hat. It's my hat now. You get nothing, kid.
You get nothing.
Off air, we've all felt the same way.
Yeah. No, that kid's grandparents were more patient than he deserved. Look a little closer, Billy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get in the case, Billy. I'm going to lock this. And when you feel grateful, we'll open it back up. What?
Or,
Hard to breathe in there? Oh.
When the crate arrives in Siberia, one of the two. I don't know.
Ship that kid away. I have a picture to show you. This is
okay.
I didn't see this. This is the Lakers celebrating their in-season tournament.
Hey, how about
Isn't that something right there? Oh, look at that.
Oh,
LeBron's all happy. I don't know who that guy is next to him. He looks pretty happy. Who's that? Who's that guy? I don't know. But this guy over here doesn't look quite the same as the others. In fact, that's Anthony Davis. And I went ahead and I zoomed in. That is a look of embarrassment.
He's
like, okay, guys, it's
Anthony
just the
Davis
in-season tournament. Can we just take it down a notch, please?
He's a competitor, so he's happy he won a game. But that's not the game that you're focused on winning.
He's just embarrassed at how much of a big deal everybody else is making. And actually, the guy right over his shoulder feels the same. You can tell. You can tell that guy in the dark right there.
Oh, I wish I knew you were going to pull that picture because it reminds me of an almost identical picture of, 2010. I think Derrick Rose and LeBron were next to each other in the All-Star game, and they're, blowing the smoke machine, and there's confetti and everything, and the players are coming out, and LeBron is jumping up and down and going crazy, and Derrick Rose is like, this, I don't even really want to be here, and you shouldn't either.
I know the picture. So now the Lakers, yes, it's official. They're going to hang the banner for the in-season championship.
Well,
it's got to make you feel better about your participation. Colts banner, right?
Yes, it does.
Because at least one other team has joined you in nonsense.
Still embarrassed. I still don't want that thing up. And we have a plan in place if we can get a helicopter for me to go in there, break into Lucas Oil Field, rip that thing down, and get rid of it. I'll be a hero throughout the land of Colts.
I think you're right.
But this is worse. I think this is worse. It's probably
the only problem is we have to hijack a Blackhawk, and that's going to be easier said than done.
Well, because the Colts one is a division one, right? Like that at least impacts the playoffs. The in-season tournament.
No,
I'm just saying the in-season tournament one is worse. I'm not that one's still not good.
I'm giving an equal ground. They're both bad, but just that picture of LeBron. Come on, man.
It's just
that is not Kobe and Michael Jordan are turning over in their graves.
Michael Jordan is still here.
No, he had him dig one so he could get in it and roll over.
Oh my God!
He's like, I'll use this later, but right now, I'm doing this right now. Swazman says, Jeffrey, the mid-season tournament champion, according to Chicago Sports Radio, is equal to valedictorian in summer school.
That sounds about
That's
right.
about right. Yeah, that is about right. Lost Toby says, that banner is an NBA call. They want to buy in for this tournament. And I've said, if you had to have it, you tape it to the ceiling and you make sure there's a speaker in the way so nobody gets embarrassed by it again. Put it underneath the Taylor Swift banner at Staples Center.
Yeah, I mean, or any other banner. The Lakers fans like to remind you about how many of them they have. Take that one and hide it behind any other actual banner
I
you've
say,
got.
you know what? Go ahead. Put it out there. That's just embarrassing for the Lakers, not for anybody else.
Well, what if we accidentally win it? You know, then what are you going to do? Brooks Koepka thinks the lady who's mad at the barbecue guys, she says, that lady can smoke my meat. I don't think she does that. It's a Daily Blender. You're on 1580, The Fanatic.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Mom, where are my keys?
Why do I have to take out the garbage? I'm too sick to go to school. Quit hogging the bathroom.
If you're having a hard time living with all the noise, it's even harder to live without it. Fake pills with fentanyl are the #1 killer of youth in Arizona. Learn how to talk to your kids at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
If you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA soon, but not sure if you want to go all in on this crazy market, here's what many retiring professionals are doing. How about a safe and secure IRA offering a contractually guaranteed 10% income bonus that grows 7% annually guaranteed? Your income can double in 10 years. Meanwhile, neither your principal nor your retirement income is ever subjected to a market downturn. Even if the market crashes by 50%, you get the 10% bonus. Your income keeps growing at 7%, and your principal may grow without losses uncapped. You go up with the index, never down. Forward, never back. Get a 10% income bonus with a 7% contractually guaranteed growth rate. I compare over 1,200 annuities with a fiduciary duty and can help you retire and stay retired.
Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now. Visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Fish Tank says, to cheer me up about the Dolphins today, I got some good personal news. My band will be opening for my brother's band at Linger Longer Lounge in late January. I'll be sure to bother the hell out of you as it gets closer. Bother us? You should bring your band in here and play some music for us so we can help promote your show.
Linger Longer?
The Linger Longer Lounge.
Wow.
What's your brother's band's name? That's awesome, man. Good for you. We'd love to. We probably, I don't know, depending on what day it is, I'd like to go to that.
Linger Longer?
Yeah. I just want to see Fish Tank's band. I don't care about.
Will we be able to linger longer?
We could linger as long as we want.
It's in the name. If you can't linger longer, that's just false advertising.
Where's the Linger Longer Lounge?
Right next to the Get the F Out bar. You get the F out of the bar, but you can linger longer in the lounge.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense.
Linger longer.
We should wear lounge suits.
Yes. Do
you have a lounge suit?
Oh, it's on like Bethany Home and 16th Street. Ooh. Linger Longer Lounge.
The nice area.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Might need an
like
armored vehicle to go there, but
looks like it's right next to one of those highfalutin furniture stores.
So we can furniture shop and linger longer.
Craft cocktails, refined bar bites in a stylish space with a game room, DJ shows, and dancing.
I don't think I'll dance. I just want to see Fish Tank's band.
Has outdoor seating, great cocktail service, doesn't accept reservations.
Oh, well, we're way too famous to show up and not be let in, though.
Closes at 12 a.m.
We're not going to be there that late.
If we linger longer, we might.
We won't linger that long.
What do you mean?
Look at us. We're old. How long are you planning on lingering? Listen, Keon's young, and he lingers till 8 p.m. And then he's gone.
Is that true, Keon?
I don't know that that's true.
That's closer to the truth than you want to admit.
I'm a night owl, actually.
Hey, this is look.
I'm not a morning person. I do the other thing.
Those
way too easy.
Right. Those sandwiches look good.
All right. Well, we don't know enough yet. We need more information.
Schnitzel chicken.
Hey. Could you turn that buzz off for me, please? Just bring that down. Thanks. You bring it up when we need it. Anyway, I'm in.
Oh,
I am in. If you're in, I'm in.
Hot dogs. Brats from Der Wurst.
Well, if they're the worst, I want the best.
Well, I'm just telling you what's happening here.
Flappy Mac says Linger Longer belongs on the new texter nickname list.
Linger Longer?
Linger Longer says.
But now that it's an actual place.
Yeah. Unless it's somebody who owns Linger Longer, we can't have that.
Fish Tank, are you opening on a Saturday? Are you going to be on a Saturday or Friday or what day of the week? Do you know?
Kiss the Cook says, isn't that by Texaz? Texaz? I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know. Listen, let's not worry about all this until we get more information. Once we have more information, then we'll worry about it.
Sandwiches are good. Look at that.
Ooh. Ralph from Harmon Solar was here today. He was hanging out. And, oh, my God, did we ever get, plenty of earfuls about Shohei Ohtani?
Oh, yeah.
We didn't want Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, you did. No, we really didn't.
And even if we did, nobody thought he was coming here. Yeah. So you can't be disappointed about what you knew you weren't going to get.
That's true.
It's like when somebody says, you want steak. My dad is never buying a steak. We get peanut butter and jelly. So no, do I want steak? Yeah, it'd be nice. But my dad's buying us peanut butter and jelly. And so the Diamondbacks, do you want Shohei Ohtani? Yeah. But Kendrick will never pay $700 million today or tomorrow for one player.
I don't think we were ever part of that discussion.
No. So I'm not even upset. I'm not upset that Shohei Ohtani went to the Dodgers.
The Kendricks didn't pay great players that came from here. Well, he was never going to pay Shohei.
Listen, we've already picked up a third baseman, which is a quality ball player, and he's a good value guy. We also got a left-handed pitcher to be our number 3 spot in our pitching rotation.
Yeah.
Another value pickup, another innings eating, high strikeout guy that'll keep you in the game. So we've done good so far. I kind of have this feeling there's going to be a splash, and I don't know what it is for the Diamondbacks. I sincerely hope it's not another aged veteran. I hope it's I hope we make a splash with like a younger guy, somebody that can come in and either help us as a bat in the lineup, or somebody that can help us in the relief department. Our relief pitching. But I don't know who it. I just kind of feel in my bones something is going to happen soon.
You want to keep that core together, that young core.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And add more young pieces. Don't add old pieces, then you end up with the same old results. Swave Dave wants to ask if Linger Longer has a logger.
It does have loggers.
Linger Longer Lounge has a logger. Yes.
Yeah.
Dimebacks will re-sign J.D. Martinez, says Average Joe.
You think that's who it's going to? But see, that's an older guy. That's a guy whose numbers have dropped. His power numbers have gone down. But then again, he was in the American League East. He was with Boston.
Moist one thinks you'll get J.D. Martinez or Justin Turner and like it.
See, I wouldn't be so opposed to the Red Menace, Justin Turner. What about Jorge Soler? That'd be a guy I would think about. Jorge Soler coming to the Diamondbacks. Now we're talking.
Against the Spread says Linger Longer Lounge is right next to the Texas. Is it Texas or Tex AZ? How do you pronounce that when you say it?
Don't know. They have the Tex AZ.
Is it? All right. Tex AZ Grill. They got the best chicken fried steak in the city.
At Linger Longer?
Linger Longer Lounge? No, Tex AZ Grill. I don't know.
I've actually been there. And
why are we talking about Tex AZ when clearly we want to go to Linger Longer?
Well, we don't know enough about the show yet, so we need to be told more. Last Optimist says, all I know is if I want to start partying at 9, I need to have that nice after dinner nap. Yeah. I wish I could nap. I wish. I can't sleep when it's light outside, or else I'd be a napping bitch.
You got to learn how to take the power naps.
I can't learn how to do something that my body refuses to do.
You got to learn how to get comfortable for about 15, 20 minutes, half hour max. Just close your eyes. Just let your body recharge. You'll feel like $1 million.
Million?
Yeah.
That's not enough for me.
10 million.
Okay. So Lost Toby says that contract seems unfair. Is that contract unfair? The Shohei Ohtani deferred $680 million contract. So what you run into here, there's no cap, so it doesn't matter wherever they pay him. If you tried crap like this in the NFL, now you're in trouble. But in baseball, there's nothing unfair about this, is there?
I mean, as long as the player is agreeing to it and the player, the contract also has to be ratified by the players' union. So they've got to get their eyes on it as well. But my understanding is, and Ralph and I were talking about this earlier today, my understanding is that Shohei Ohtani is the one who came up with this idea. It wasn't the Dodgers.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whose idea it is. Is this a fair contract? And here's the basics of it. $680 million of this $700 million contract will be deferred until after the deal ends to free up cash for the Dodgers to keep spending like they like to on other players. That means that he'll be paid $2 million a year for the next 10 years, and then $68 million a year from 2034 to 2043. So it's a 10-year Bobby Bonilla kind of deal.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have Shohei Ohtani Day from 2034 to 2043.
Which is crazy. But while baseball doesn't have a salary cap, it does have the luxury tax. And the luxury tax, and I don't know what the threshold is for the 2024 season, so please don't ask me. But if you're over the threshold once, that you pay 20% into the luxury tax. If you're over twice, it's 30%. And then if you're over 3 times or more, that is 50%. And by deferring it like this, it keeps the Dodgers from going into that luxury tax area where they're paying,
But don't they have to pay it 10 years from now? Don't they then have to do a luxury tax? Is it? I mean, how do you avoid that?
Well, if he's not playing,
see, this is just
doesn't exactly. It's
shady.
It's a loophole.
Yeah,
that's all it is. So yeah, it's a little shady, and that's why people are asking whether or not it's fair, because they were able to basically duck. And if they go out and sign other free agents, it's possible that they may have ducked,
which they're going to,
the 50% or the 20% that they might have had to pay in addition to their entire salary.
Moist one, what are you talking about? He says it's still a $46 million a year hit against salary cap. There is no salary cap. What are you talking about?
Well, the luxury tax.
Oh, for the luxury tax.
The luxury tax basically acts like what a salary cap would
Okay.
in baseball, but there are owners in baseball that are willing to pay it, so they don't care.
Wilbur says, "Hey, Keon, what is the threshold for the luxury tax?"
Well, I said don't ask me, didn't I?
Well, now we all want to know.
Well,
Also, he wants to know, where do babies come from?
Ooh, that's ask your mom and dad. That's definitely their department. Can't help you with that.
Thought we were here to entertain and
I
educate.
I hear a stork is involved.
Do you have sex with a stork?
No, I don't think
Oh.
you do. No, no.
Why is there a stork involved?
I know. I think the stork carries the baby to you, but
It
again,
doesn't sound safe at all.
it doesn't sound safe at all to me either. But that's don't ask me personally. I have no experience.
NASCAR Nick says Diamondback should go get another World Series. Okay.
Huh?
Why not?
He would like to.
Just that easy, huh?
Lost Toby says should be 70.
Should be 70.
You mean the speed limit on Valley roads? Yes, please.
Major League Baseball operates under a collective bargaining system in which clubs that exceed a payroll ceiling are taxed at varying rates. For 2022, it starts with the clubs that exceed a luxury tax threshold of $230 million.
Mm-hmm.
So a team who's over the $230 million threshold for their payroll, is that what it means?
Yeah. So if you go over, then you pay whatever that payroll is plus 20% of that payroll into
but this was 22. This was not 2023.
Yeah, for 2024 it's going to be 237 million.
Lost Toby says 46 million to the salary cap is BS. It should be 70 million. Fair enough. Big George says, question for Keon. What is the meaning of life?
To live it, Big George.
Wow.
Obviously.
I thought it was a delicious cereal.
Oh, well, there's also a
No, I think
game
it's just
where
life.
you can get to the end of the game if you
Just life cereal, not the meaning of life cereal.
No, the meaning of life is to be a delicious cereal. It's a box that's filled with a delicious cereal.
Oh,
that is the meaning of it.
It's very deep.
Stoner logic. Against the Spread says it's a great contract for Ohtani and a bad contract for the state of California because in 10 years, Ohtani will escape the high taxes of California by moving to Texas or Florida, which don't have state income tax. Why the hell would you want to live in Texas or Florida?
For the avoiding the
No
state
state
income
income
tax.
tax.
Then all that $68 million that he's going to get for the next 10
You know what
years
it is?
after.
He'll have
he
a
gets to
small apartment in Texas
Now-
or Florida. He'll live somewhere nicer.
Yeah. Why is it that in 10 years, Shohei Ohtani, who I believe will be 39 years old, wouldn't just go back to Japan, where he also can't be taxed like that? I don't know. But sure, Texas.
We have information now on Fish Tank's,
All right.
He says, my brother's band name is Prince Mirth, and we're slated for the 8 p.m. slot for a 30-minute set. Oh, that's perfect. That's not too
that's not too late. It's just right. You'll be done by 8:30, 8:40. Get out of there.
He says the date is January 27th. Linger Longer hasn't made a flyer for it yet. It was just confirmed today, but I'll be blasting it around once that happens.
So what kind of music do you guys do, Fish Tank?
Is it just the Burn in Hell Lakers song over and over? Because I'm all for it.
I would pay top dollar for just that. But
If we're going, you better play that song. And I hope there's like a 3-minute long version of the song. Yeah, that's an awesome song. I'm putting it on my calendar here. Hold on. January 27th. It's a Saturday. Let's see here.
Oh, nice.
Okay, not
8
bad.
p.m. What's your band's name? Did he say his band's name?
No, I think he said his brother's band's name.
Well, I know his brother's band's name. Just Fish Tank.
His brother's band's name was Lord Darth. I think it's probably homage to Darth Vader.
I'm calling it Fish Tank Concert.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Fish Tank Concert,
Could see that.
January 27th. It's a Saturday. And what is the name of your damn band, Fish Tank? You've yet to tell us that.
Well, if his brother's band's name is Lord Darth, he
No, it's
should be
Prince
like
Mirth is his name of his brother's band.
Sorry,
Prince Mirth.
So do they do like Prince cover songs?
That's a good question. We need more information, Fish Tank. It seems like every time you give us some, we need more.
Yeah.
Oh, Kiss the Cook says T-Bone Steakhouse in South Phoenix, best steak. What does that have to do with anything? We're talking about Fish Tank performing at the Linger Longer Lounge.
Opening for that mega band, Prince Mirth.
January 27th at 8 p.m.
Or Lord Darth. I think they should change it to Lord Darth.
We're going to go. We're going to go to this for sure. Lost Toby says, yeah, his band's entire set is 35 times of Burn in Hell Lakers.
Sweet.
And I'm in. I am totally in.
Hey, look, they break it up every now and then with the Dodgers song.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I would go watch Prince Mirth and Fish Tank's band. I would go watch them just do Yoko Ono songs rather than ever go watch Drake. By the way, the Drake curse, they are mad at Drake in Canada about the whole Shohei Ohtani thing.
Oh, no.
They are angry about that. That curse has come up. He posted a pic on Instagram, made it sound like everything was going to happen. There was going to be a signing. It was because of Drake. A lot of people thought, oh, Ohtani's on a plane right now on his way to Canada. It turned out, nope, not even close. None of that was true. He was still in California. Everybody, because of Drake, thought this was going to happen. Toronto was thrilled. And now they blame Drake. I kind of like that.
Look, Shohei Ohtani is like 10 years younger than Drake. There's no way that Drake was involved in any of this.
Can Drake just, stay to music and just stay the hell out of sports?
I would like that. I think, of course, the people of Toronto would now very much like that.
Yeah. Could he just knock it off?
I think they're done with their ambassador to sports right now. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But he is no longer welcome in Canada. He did this to the Canadians World Cup soccer team. He did this to the 2019 Maple Leafs. He did this anytime you do a shout out, and they're like, oh no. And there it goes.
Yep.
And there it goes. Mm-hmm. So once again, I mean, the Drake curse has struck.
And I don't know where he's going to go now that he's not welcome in Canada, because he's not welcome here.
He's been asked to leave.
Yeah. We just, how's your French, Drake?
They don't want him either.
I know they don't, but what are they going to do if we ship him over there? How are they going to stop us?
You, Drake. Hey, by the way, can I just give you the most manly broadcaster that we've seen in a while?
Sure.
Sabres broadcaster Bob Ray. He's not one of the main play-by-play guys. He's like down on the ice.
He's on the bench.
Yeah, he's down there on the bench, and he's like, it almost looks like he's a coach down there.
Yeah.
And he just gives reports, like sideline reporting kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so he's out there, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got a good close look at the action here. Boom! Oh, God, that was like 3D. And he got a puck right in the middle of his forehead.
Oh, yeah, I saw that the other day. Yeah.
Right in the middle of his head. Yeah. And he did not even flinch. He just grabbed a towel, wiped some blood off, got a bandage, put it right there. It was like a teeny little Band-Aid in the middle of a giant gash of blood. And he's like, no, I'm all good here. He says, I'm just trying to clean up my glasses a bit so I can put him on. Oh, yeah, I can't see nothing. Oh, there, I can see again. And he's like, hey, listen here. A normal guy would have been carried out of here, but I'm good. I'll be right here. And he just kept going.
And probably got stitched up in between periods.
Yeah. 55-year-old Rob Ray, man of the day.
There you go.
For that. Those pucks come at you. That's the kind of crap people go to the hospital and maybe sometimes don't make it. But he just went, no, I'll be all right.
Well, he was in the box where he was supposed to be, and there was a play in front of him. Fortunately, it wasn't like a hard hit puck. The guy just kind of threw it, with how these hockey players, they kind of throw it up off the glass or something, try to get it out of the zone.
That's good.
And it was just kind of thrown up like that, but he missed the glass and it hit him right in the forehead.
That's why he's still alive, because otherwise that would have been it.
But I mean, still, it's a frozen puck, and you're hitting him right here. Right, it looks like he's got a third eye.
Right between the eyes. Seriously. Good on him, though. He didn't even, he's like, no, I'm going to stay down here. I'm good. Like, everybody else would have been like, with that much blood pouring down your face, they're like, hey, Bob, looks like you're going to need some stitches there. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. He's just like, he's just kind of laughing it off like, oh, yeah, I'll probably 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. Let's have a contest. That was pretty damn manly, Bob Ray. Yeah, and that was during the Coyotes game, too, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk NFL quarterbacks, shall we? It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Take the guesswork out of your holiday gifts. OmahaSteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 with promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
Denver Nuggets superstar Nikola Jokic is the betting favorite to win the regular season MVP, which would be his third award. He's plus 185 to capture the honor. Dallas Mavericks' Luka Doncic is at plus 430. Joel Embiid, who currently leads the NBA in scoring, averaging over 32 points per game, is plus 650 to repeat as MVP. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder plus 800. Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks plus 1,200. And Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics is at plus 1,400. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
Time for some smart saving. Give the gift that lights up their future.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. This holiday season, give the gift of education by opening an AZ 529 education savings plan. You can invest with as little as $15 a month, and anyone can give. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, anyone. Visit az529.gov today and give the present of a brighter future.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
Grand Canyon University basketball is back for another exciting season. After advancing to March Madness in 2 of his 3 seasons as the head coach, Bryce Drew brings a team to the court this season, picked to win the conference once again, and led by first-team All-WAC selection Gabe McLaughlin and WAC preseason Player of the Year Ray Harrison. Check out the schedule at gculopes.com to find matchups with San Francisco, DePaul, Liberty, and last year's national championship runner-up, the San Diego State Aztecs. Join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on The Fanatic, the home of Lopes basketball.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. More information from Fish Tank. His band is called Light Sleeper. He says we play pop punk type stuff. Man, I don't know if my voice could handle Burnin' Hell Lakers live, but maybe we could workshop it. Well, you know, Randy and I will step up there and help you with it. Randy and I, Keon too. I mean, I don't want to speak for Keon.
I mean, if Keon makes it out there, I mean,
yeah, it's pretty late.
He doesn't like hanging with us.
It's 8 p.m.
Yeah, well,
but I imagine we could help you with
Why would that be a problem?
I didn't want to speak for you. I can speak for Randy. I don't want to speak for you. But yeah, we could sing Burnin' Hell Lakers, you know. I mean, that's we need a lyric sheet though. Even though I wrote it originally. Original lyrics by Jeffrey O'Brien. Fish Tank though, he brought it home. He made it special. He made it awesome. So we still want to come watch, don't we?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
So keep us in the informed column there, Fish Tank. Absolutely. We'll see. Light sleeper. Why would you call your band Light Sleeper? Are you because you're a light sleeper? Is there a meaning to that name?
Interesting.
We come up with texter nicknames. I bet we could come up with a stellar band name. If you ever needed a name, you just let us know.
Burnt Trash.
Well, I mean, not right now, Randy.
Oh,
he has to say he wants
Cherry's
help
Flambe
in that department, not just blurt out things.
Skewered chicken.
Yeah, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. 888-368-1580. Lost Toby says you should make it a remote and force Keon to attend and use the company card for drinks. I am all for the company card part. But I don't
think
we're allowed to make it a remote.
Why force me to attend like I don't go to remotes?
I think he wants to go.
Even the remotes I haven't been to, I wanted to go to. Just there has to be a human being here at the station.
Yeah. So you don't want it to be a.
So no, I don't want it to be a remote because then I can't go.
We can make Squid do it. Kiss the Cook says there's no way Ohtani was leaving SoCal because of his huge Asian population. I don't think he cares about that. I think that a lot of reporters from Japan live there because of him, and maybe that created the huge Asian population that you're talking of. But I don't think that's why Ohtani wants to stay.
I don't think that's why he wants to stay. But there is a huge Asian population in Southern California.
Sure.
But I think the baseball writers are just happy that he's there because it's just easier to get back to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to make that trip from Toronto, it's just a worse trip. I mean, they can do it, I guess, but it's just a worse trip.
No, this is good for everybody, but I don't think that was a concern for him, to be honest. So, hey, can we talk NFL quarterbacks? We're running out of show. And, I love to talk about NFL quarterbacks. This is not good news for Chargers fans. And I think we have one.
Well, you mean on the text line?
Single Chargers? Yeah.
Justin Herbert, it turns out he is out for the season after he had surgery to repair his fractured finger. I thought they said he was just going to be out, maybe even play this week. And then all of a sudden, nope, after he had his surgery, he's out for the rest of the season.
Broken finger. He had surgery on the right index finger.
Or do you think they're just trying to preserve him? You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
Or do you think that this is legit?
Well, I mean,
it's legit, I think, because he's been dealing with it all season. And I don't know if he hit his hand on another person's helmet.
Yeah,
again,
I think this past weekend.
Yeah, but he re-aggravated it for sure. I saw him on the sideline just trying to work out whatever was going wrong with his head, which we now know is a fracture. But he was trying to play through it. But no, that's a real injury.
I just got signed to a $262.5 million extension in July kind of injury.
He's already played through 2 injuries this year. I mean,
money.
I don't think that Justin Herbert is the kind of person to not play football if you let him play. I mean, it's just a matter of.
I think he'd play.
Yeah,
he'd rather play
because he's already played through 2 injuries and not well, mind you. He knew he couldn't leave that team with Easton Stick.
Maybe not wearing a helmet for a while will help his acne clear up. Maybe that just.
You think that's what it is?
I don't know. You just need something. Patrick Mahomes is, I guess, saw the video of himself and is embarrassed.
Yeah, well, he should be.
Yeah, he regrets his reaction. He says, yeah, obviously you don't want to react that way. I care, man. I care. I love the game. I love my teammates. I'm going to go out there, put everything in line. But obviously you can't do that. Can't be that way towards officials or really anybody in life. More than anything, I regret the way I acted towards Josh Allen after the game because he had nothing to do with it. So I was still hot and emotional, but you can't do that, man. Not a great example for kids watching the game. Now, I hope that's a genuine and legitimate response to seeing himself and not a response to his PR people saying, that didn't look too good. You need to clean that up. I hope I feel like Patrick Mahomes is being sincere.
I think so too. And that's why I didn't, even before he apologized, they didn't really kill him, because it's like he lost his bleep once. And we're talking about a guy who, for his whole NFL career so far, and going back to college, has carried himself the right way. He hasn't been this guy.
Yeah.
He's been more the other guy. You could say it's because he was winning before. He wasn't winning like this in college.
Yeah.
And he had plenty of time to be frustrated. Cliff Kingsbury was his coach.
The thing about it is, though, he lost his bleep, and he really lost his bleep.
Whiny little biatch.
He's throwing his helmet.
Yeah.
He's being restrained by teammates. He's yelling at the officials. I mean, he completely went over the edge. That,
Out of
to
control.
me, when I saw that happening, I said, that's a 2-year-old tantrum.
Yeah.
That's a temper tantrum right there. And somebody needs to let him know how bad this was. And I'm glad. I hope it is, like you say, Jeffrey. I hope it's a genuine apology about his actions.
Seems to be, probably is.
It was a complete temper tantrum. I 100% agree. I just think that this is a guy that's on camera all the time. Like, in any of us, if you catch us on our worst day, if you just draw conclusions about us on that, I don't even know that that's fair.
Trying to think of my worst day. If you caught me on my worst day.
Because, I mean, look, all I'm saying is I play pickup basketball, which is for no stakes at all. None. Nobody is paying us. And, I mean, there are games where I've just turned into John McEnroe, where it's just like, you got to be kidding me.
He thinks we can't picture that.
But that's the thing. It's like, well, I guess you can't, but because you know me in a position where I'm talking and like arguing and going back and forth all the time. When I play basketball, I usually don't say anything. I'm not a talker. Like I don't shoot the ball particularly well. I have a limited set of moves. I don't get to be the guy out there that says anything. So I don't usually. But when something just unfair happens, or you feel like it's unfair in the case of Mahomes, it's just like that worst moment is going to it's going to be caught on camera. People are going to see you, not just going on, but like making a complete fool of yourself. I don't think that that's Patrick Mahomes as a person. This is not a Draymond Green situation where Draymond just has so much history being that if Draymond's like, no, the guy that kicks people in the cha-cha bongos, that's not who I am as a person. It's like, no, we've got like 6 years of you doing it. We don't have that for Mahomes.
Yeah.
What if you had your worst moment and didn't even realize you were having it? What if you were stumbling into something and you didn't even know it was happening? Bailey Zappi may have had that. He was on a radio show, I don't know, somewhere, and probably Boston, and he made a huge mistake. They were like, hey, because they're playing the Chiefs. And he's like, hey, are you a fan of Taylor Swift? And he's like, no, ma'am. Just like no hesitation.
it's not who he listens to.
And he's like, he tried to clarify because everybody's just kind of like their eyes got big. And he's like, well, I'm a country fan. So I mean, I know some of her old stuff, but she went pop. So I don't even care about it anymore. No. It's just like, it was so fast. You like Taylor Swift? No. So I was like, well,
but what's he supposed to say? If he
may
genuinely,
God have mercy on your soul.
If he genuinely doesn't listen to her, what else is he supposed to say?
You say, well, I think she's very talented.
But he's a backup. He was never expecting to have that.
You should have been prepped for this.
Face.
You know you're playing the Chiefs, so of course you need to be prepped for this. And the good news is he's not really on social media, so he'll escape that hell.
I don't know, because I can't remember who in the fourth dimension did this. Somebody tried to get the Swifties sicked on me.
Oh, you kidding?
I can't remember who did it. I don't know. I don't think
it's like a George thing.
It might have been Big George.
He tried to get O.J. Simpson after us.
I made some tweet about how I was tired of the whole Taylor Swift thing. And then somebody said hashtag Swifties. Do you see what this guy's saying? And I was like, oh, come on. You got to
turn it off.
That is just absolutely unfair.
You can turn Twitter back on later. Just turn it off for a while.
If that thing caught any traction at all, my life would be over. I wouldn't be alive to tell the story.
Change your name. I mean, just get a new Twitter. Just forget it. Just walk away from it. But yeah, here's the thing. Is this game in Foxborough? Is it with the Chiefs? It is Chiefs and the Patriots this week, right? If I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
And that's at Gillette Stadium.
It is at Gillette.
Oh, so she might be one of the few people in attendance. I mean, that is.
She might be one of the dozen or so.
She can, like, hey, Taylor, just come on down, move down. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. You know, you're secure. It's fine.
You're secure.
Bailey Zappi might not be, though. All right. So my wife has a theory, and she has been sharing this for me since I met her. And actually, it began with Russell Wilson. When Sierra and Russell Wilson first got married, then they got pregnant. And when they had the baby, suddenly Russell Wilson started playing not as good as he used to. Now, this is back a ways ago. He had like a bad stretch. And then after a while, he came back to normal. At that time, Russell Wilson good. And she says anytime an athlete's wife has a baby, then they're not going to play as good. And I said, that's not necessarily universally true because nannies, you know, the player's not affected by this. The wife might be, but the player's not. She's like, no, trust me. When the wife is affected, everybody's affected. And so far, it seems like she might have some traction on this because there have been other people who have gotten pregnant, had babies, and suddenly Patrick Mahomes, when his wife had a baby or two, that he kind of had a slump there, but then he came back. Well, now Sierra and Russell Wilson, was it Ralph trying to say that, oh, they're breaking up or whatever? She just had his baby. That's what's going on. And so now that the baby has come out, Russell Wilson has had 5 or 6 games in a row of looking like old Russell Wilson. We had written him off, and now he's back.
And he didn't write back.
And, oh, God, Geno's, that's the dumbest damn thing. So dumb it worked. And now they've had their 3rd child. Will Russell regress? If he does, that proves my wife's theory absolutely correct.
Have to wait and see.
It won't be this week.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I mentioned the Russ Baby Wilson thing a while ago. They don't use a nanny, and he ends up staying up all night with the kids. Oh, you're right, Baker's Cocky Hens. I remember you saying that too.
You are an NFL quarterback, and your wife is a pop star. Why on earth wouldn't you use a nanny?
I feel like they're lying when they say that.
That can't. Either or they're dumb and they're actually doing it.
I think Russell Wilson is keeping the kids up by doing those high knee jumps like he did down the row of the plane.
Yeah, I mean,
just running around him going, "Daddy's gonna play. Daddy's gonna play. Let's ride, Bronco baby." It's like, Dad, could you? The baby's gonna be like, "Can we have a conversation?"
Yeah, Wilson family, let's ride.
Let's ride.
First off, Dad, I'm gonna need a cigarette. Yeah, this is just gotta. We have to talk for real here. Wilbur says, so on today's show, we have determined that Keon is a hater. He hates Taylor Swift. He hates Geno Smith jokes. He hates everything.
I made the Geno Smith joke, and no, I don't hate Taylor Swift. I just don't listen to her.
Didn't I make a Geno Smith joke too?
I thought you did.
I think you did. Yeah, it's just like that.
You made several Mr. Wilbur jokes.
I have made plenty of those. Yeah.
It's weird because I am in fact a hater. You just didn't pick any of the right examples.
If I do a book, I'm not going to read it on tape. Wilbur, you're going to have to get a friend for that. Mr. Pringle says, Keon says he's not a talker. LMAO. Wrong. He means when he's playing basketball.
Yeah, the job here is to talk. I can't not talk here. I can not talk everywhere else.
Big George is offended. He says, I did not sick the Swifties. Oh, you know it's something you have done. You sicked O.J. Simpson on Randy and I.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Big George. What the hell was that all about?
Just hit him with the preemptive O.J. Simpson. That's just...
Oh, I'm sitting there looking at Twitter, and I'm like, ah! I blocked O.J. Simpson immediately on that.
You can't have that dude figuring out where you live. That's a hazard.
What are you doing, George? Don't act like you're innocent there. Let's see here. One last thing talking about the NFL quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, they are expecting to medically clear him by Christmas Eve.
How about that?
And so he might be available for the game against the Commandos. They're not going to play him.
You can't do that. Now, granted, if there was a defense to put him out there against, that would be the one. But I know that would be insane because you have next year to also play for.
Moist One is saying, please don't sick the Swifties on me. That'd be a nightmare for my parole officer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, nobody is sicking Swifties on you. Yeah, I'm sorry we even talked about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody just stopped with the Aaron Rodgers stuff. He'll be back in the OTAs. He shouldn't. If he's trying to play, somebody needs to stop him.
I mean, he's Aaron Rodgers and he doesn't listen to the advice of any medical professional. So he probably is trying to play. But you know what? You can't just get back into the NFL after tearing your Achilles at the beginning of the season on just acid trips and positive vibes, man. Like, you really need your Achilles to heal.
I love it. He thinks he's fine. He's like, no, man, I feel good. I feel good. First play.
And Aaron Rodgers is out for 2 years. And on account of the fact that he's 40, that's the end of his career.
Vegas, the only thing they're going to work is the over-under on how many seconds before he's writhing in pain. You know, we remember we used to have bets on how many games until Tony Romo would get injured.
Yeah.
And I said preseason, and I was right. One season, like, oh
the
my
season
God.
that Dak took his job.
I was like, I was kidding. Oh my God. What have I done? Anyway, we got to take a break. All right, we'll come back. We'll have On This Date in Big Georgia sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-216-9922. That's 1-800-216-9922. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-216-9922. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAwon'twait.com. That's GAwon'twait.com.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time. Like right now. Or right now. Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I don't care about divisions. I don't care about conferences. I don't care about AFC or NFC. I really don't care about that. But it does well, okay. So you're in the NFC, right?
Yes.
You're in the NFC, right?
Correct.
Yeah. My Colts are in the AFC. AFC has 11 teams with a winning record, including my Colts. And the NFC has 11 teams with a losing record, including your teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something I saw. This struck me. Just like, huh. I mean, I'm not like, yay, AFC. I don't care. I don't care about the AFC. I hate everyone in the AFC because they are my enemies.
If you thought you were a contender, AFC matters just because at that point, here are all the murderers you have to go through to get to the Super Bowl.
So the fact that the Colts are even thinking they might be in a wild card, oh, that's pretty damn good. No chance of survival, but hey, isn't that nice? And the AFC, oh, look at these winning records in the AFC. Okay. Should I care? I don't care. Do you care? I saw somebody wearing some jacket of their team, and it had the AFC logo or the NFC logo.
Some jackets are like that, though.
Why? Why would you?
They just put it on there. It's just like that.
They're not your friends.
They put all the information about like you want to be the team to represent the NFC.
Yeah. I just want to be the team that wins the Super Bowl. Don't give a damn about the AFC. Do you give a damn about the NFC?
No.
Do you feel a sense of pride when the NFC team wins?
No.
Yeah. So why do they? Who cares?
There's definitely no sense of pride because I hate all of them. But
that's what I'm saying. I hate everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate the Chiefs. I don't hate the 49ers. You know.
Boy, I do.
Well, yeah, they're in your division. But see, in my division, do I hate the Jaguars, the Titans, the Texans? Only when they're good. That's it. Otherwise,
which has been off and on for the last 20 years.
Well, the Jaguars and the Titans have taken turns. The Texans have never been good. When have they ever been good?
This year?
No.
What do you mean, though?
Yeah, before we knew that Deshaun Watson was a sexual harasser.
Yeah.
And also before he got injured.
We knew he and D-Hop were good.
Yeah, but the Texans were a good roster. I mean, there were years that they didn't have great. Deshaun. They made the playoffs with like 3 different backups at quarterback. You know, I mean,
I was never afraid of the Texans. For me,
they never reached their potential.
For me, I'm more annoyed that the Jaguars have suddenly gotten good. You know, goodish.
Why are you annoyed by that?
Because they've always been so bad.
Huh?
Yeah. And now they're beating us. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
But they've drafted.
If Andrew Luck was still here, this wouldn't be happening. God, I miss Andrew Luck.
I think you should write him and tell him.
No, it's too late. It's
You
too
should
late.
write him a nice long letter.
He's librarian body now. He's not football player body.
He's leaned out.
Yeah.
Dear Andrew,
forget it.
I miss you.
Pickle D says Wizards and Caps are getting moved.
Not far. I mean, it's a big deal in DC. With the Wizards and the Capitals are owned by the same guy, Ted Leonsis.
Mm-hmm.
And today, I guess they didn't get stuff worked out with the city of DC.
Oh.
So they are moving to Northern Virginia.
Are they still going to be the Washington Wizards?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be the Washington Capitals?
They will.
Well, guess what? There's some NFL teams that play in New Jersey. Nobody cares.
Yeah, like there's a river that separates DC and Virginia. Yeah. They're just moving to the other side of the river.
Can you drive there?
Yeah.
Do they stop you at the border and check your papers?
You can cross the bridge. No.
Yeah, then don't worry about it.
Exactly. It's not a big deal. Like for everybody that's not in that organization,
Can you take the train there?
Yeah.
Could you fly there?
Yeah.
I mean,
seems like an awfully short distance to fly.
I mean, it's Potomac Bay. I don't think you can, but
could you take a boat across?
There's a river, so maybe
potentially.
Skateboard?
Yeah, because you can cross the bridge.
One of those little scooters. You know those little, what do you call those? Little scooters.
Got the scooter?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like it has a name. It's a
scooter.
No, like a razor scooter.
You can
take one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mr. Wilbur is trying to help me write my letter. Dear Andrew Luck, if I can pull a 15-inch turd out of a dog's butt, you can truly come out of retirement and save the Colts. That is an inspirational story and true. I have done that. Quite by accident.
Look, honey, surprise.
But we're all inspired anyway.
Yeah. Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Again. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I've never really liked the Cardinals, but since they're not in the NFC East anymore, I've kind of, they've grown on me a little bit here in Arizona. Cowboys are still my first team, though, and then I root for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals have seemed to have the Cowboys number lately, too. So,
yeah, there was a game earlier this year, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
Heavy Metal Maniacs, yes. Dak Prescott is currently in the MVP conversation. Yes, that team's got a great defense. No, you're not going to the Super Bowl.
In fact, nothing would make me happier than to see Dak Prescott win the MVP so that they can lose in the first round and score only 13 points while getting bounced out of the playoffs at home. It just seems like the most Cowboys way to go about doing this.
I love you like a brother, Heavy Metal Maniac, but your team, I'm sorry. Because the moment that Dak it usually gives you is coming.
And the fact that it hasn't come yet this season is
it's going to come at the worst time.
Yeah, he's due, as they say in baseball.
Man, I hope not.
I'm sorry.
I hope it's not that way.
I like Dak. Don't get me wrong, but he does have a rhythm.
He is a guy that I hate rooting against. I genuinely respect him and like him.
I mean, I like Dak Prescott.
He's shown you over and over and over again that it's coming.
I despise Jerry Jones.
He's a Cowboy, so he's got to suffer, unfortunately. It's
Heavy Metal Maniacs also says, well, the Jets and the Giants both play in New Jersey, but they're called the New York. The stadium is located in Jersey. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, the midseason tournament champion, according to Chicago Sports Radio. I already read that. Oh, here it is. He says, hey, hopefully dogs are pushing Tootsie Rolls. Okay. Pickle D says, Dak Prescott will fail down the stretch, like always. You were trying to be nicer about the way we said it.
You didn't call him any names.
Yeah,
be respectful to one of the genuine good guys in football.
Yeah. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I can't wait to see you guys eat your words. And if it doesn't happen, I'll eat my words deliciously. Again, it's nothing personal.
Nothing personal. And I've already put out there what I'm going to do if the Cowboys make it to an NFC title game, because that is how confident I believe.
What will you do?
I will wear a Cowboys hat on this show. I'll buy it. I don't need it.
Beer Nuts thinks that's going to happen. He says Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl.
Well, it's been a quarter of a century and it hasn't happened yet, but we'll wait.
Fish Tank says, it's hard to answer the band name question without sounding kind of pretentious, but the light sleeper, we wanted a name where when you hear it, you don't already think you know what kind of music you're getting. For example, Burnt Trash. Well, you're like, okay, we're getting some rock and metal. Light Sleeper doesn't immediately lend itself to a genre. Yeah, it does. Yacht rock. That was the first thing I thought when you said Light Sleeper.
You think so?
Beautiful balloon. He says, I know it sounds pretentious. Well, no, it's your reasoning for it. Doesn't sound pretentious.
I think if you go with Burnt Trash, I mean, that's edgy. People won't expect what happens.
Now, if you're Burnt Trash and then you start playing yacht rock, now you're surprised
we're
people.
Talking. Yeah.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, I could loan Keon a Cowboys jersey when he wears that hat. I think the bet was only a hat. So Cowboy Sparky says, go Cowboys, Jeffrey. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, man.
You can threaten to load me up with all the Cowboys gear you want.
And listen, I like Randy. I used to despise the Cowboys a bit. And then, Tony Romo came along and he kind of made them likable. And then I was like, all right, I don't mind the Cowboys so much. And Dak Prescott. Oh, what a guy. Oh, that's a good guy there. So I find the Cowboys less offensive.
Now, I wouldn't give you 2 cents for Jerry Jones.
No, nobody would. No. Hey, we better do this really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's Sports History.
Back in the year 1930, the Rules Committee decided a ball that bounced into the stands would no longer be a home run, but would become a ground rule double. Babe Ruth's career total of round trippers may have been slightly higher due to the existing ground rules in various ballparks at the time. However, research has never uncovered any of his previous home runs hopped up into the seats. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Wow. How about that?
Wait, did every ballpark have its own ground rule double rules?
No, they were. If it bounced in the stands, it was just a home run.
Well,
if the ball went out of play, out of reach, it was a home run.
Every ballpark, even today, has its own ground rules, but it doesn't apply to like ground rule doubles, unless it's like in Chicago Wrigley Field.
Randy is now coughing, and now coughing again.
When the ball goes into the ivy, it's a dead ball, so it's like a ground rule double.
I don't think that's the way the cough button's supposed to work. And he's coughed for a third time. I don't think I need to be announcing he's coughing.
No, I don't. I think that actually
now he's having a coughing, laughing fit, and now he's leaving the studio. He's waving goodbye.
See you later.
Now he's going into the control room to cough near you.
Well, you don't have to. Well, you don't have to do all that. I mean,
No, I guess the show's over
on account of how small the control room is. We don't need more of anything in here. He just waved goodbye.
I think he's in the car already. He's already left. Okay.
So anyone going to tell him that he left his phone here, or?
No, I'm going to have fun with that. I'm going to swipe left. Boss Toby says, I hear Keon's wanting to wear a cowboy cheerleader's outfit. Never said it. He never said that.
No,
Never.
will not agree to that. No,
not happening.
No,
I won't let him.
I won't let me. It's not that. I do not agree to that.
Not on a day I'm here. That's for sure. That's it. Randy will be fine, and the Daily Blender will be back in your radio again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Everybody have a great night. Go Suns, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, folks, Rich Eisen here. So this football season's really heating up, and the guys on my show, they're having a blast with Prize Picks. And now with basketball season in full swing, they're able to pick combo projections across both sports. Join them on prizepicks.com/primetime. Easy gameplay and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what they tell me makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. And right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Brockman is loving that aspect. He's